Hello, I'm Chris Solo, and welcome to the Fabled 42, where we build community through friendship, gaming, and chaos. Watch us live on Mixer at mixer.com/Fabled42. We are at 76% of our partner goals. Until we hit that mark, go
Hey.
ahead and keep spreading the word. Keep trying to get more viewers and more followers here. Once we hit that, we'll be able to hit partner and we'll be able to expand our channel even further. But until then, the only ways to support the channel is through Embers. You can go ahead and click our Ukodor menu down below in the About section, where you can find potions, inspiration die, hero points, and other items where you can donate a certain amount of embers. And all you have to do is tag either myself at Fable42 or any of our moderators and say, hey, this healing potion is for Torque. And I'll go ahead and try to get that to Torque as soon as possible. The other way to support is we do have our normal subscription tiers, a $5, a $10, and a $20 subscription tier via Patreon. The benefit with this is we actually are able to give you a couple extra perk items for subscribing through Patreon. So each tier gives you 2 healing potions and 2 inspiration die that you can use for every single show during that month of your subscription.
Every single show.
Depending on the level of your tier is how big those potions or items or inspiration die are. So you are able to use those items freely. Same thing applies through the whatchamadingy through the chat, tagging either myself or the moderators. Big shout out to our sponsors, Griffin Co., longtime sponsors of this campaign and our channel. Everything that you see that is 3D printed is from Griffin Co., so go ahead and check them out. Master Monk Gaming, all of our dice trays, dice towers, dice systems are from Master Monk. Go ahead and check them out as well. Tabletop Things, we are boats in the background and dock systems and other items are from Tabletop Things. They make some really awesome premium quality items. Go ahead and check them out. Thrill Studios, a good number of the minis behind me, the specialty painted minis behind me are from Thrill Studios. Go ahead and check them out. They sell them painted and unpainted. Really amazing detailed figures that you will may or may not see tonight. Roll20, our mid-show giveaway is brought to you by Roll20, and more to come from that sponsor later as well. 8-Bit Coffee Co. We are an affiliate of 8-Bit Coffee Co., a premium coffee subscription service that will mail coffee directly to your door. I drink it every day on stream. It's delicious. It really gets you to the end of the game. So if you're a coffee drinker and you really are lazy and don't want to go to the store and get coffee, they mail it right to your door. So go ahead and check them out. Critical Dice, a new sponsor of ours, and one of our players of the Origin of Ukodor show is Jason Russell over there at Critical Dice. So we will be adding Critical Dice subscription-based things here as well. Infectious, yep, Critical should pop up. Does it? I think it's just Crit, actually. Try Crit. I made it today. I can't remember. There we go. Too many things. So another thing about Jason, I'm gonna squirrel a little bit from our sponsor things. We have a new show starting in the month of February called Fables of Ukodor, which takes place 1,000 years prior to the origins of Ukodor, which is about 3,000 years prior to this show today. What is the Fables of Ukodor? Well, we are going to be doing short snippet module campaigns that are 6 to maybe 10 episodes long. Kind of like an extended one-shot or a series of sorts to tell different folklore stories of the past of Ukodor. The beauty is Jason from Critical Dice will be the DM. I will be playing in this game along with a couple other players from the various shows that we have. It will be starting, it'll be once a month on starting in February. We'll go for about 6 or possibly 7 episodes. And it will be on the continent of Pre, so we'll be able to diverge into some of the old lore there. It'll be very The Witcher, Monster Hunter, Van Helsing-esque in the land, so I'm very excited about that. So that's a little sneak peek of what's going to be coming down the pipe. But we will also be having other episodics coming from the same label, Fables of Ukodor. Will be all short one-shots or very mini campaigns to tell more stories of the world of Ukodor. So stay tuned for more of that. And last but not least, Plaid Elephant Props. I believe it's exclamation point plaid in the command thing. All the trees that you see, I don't have any with me at the moment. I think they're all put away. All the trees that you've seen in our stream before. Oh, here we go. All the trees that you've seen in our stream before, they're very lifelike. They have various colors, greens, purples, some other exotic colors and things. But we will be getting more of those, so you go ahead and check out Plaid Elephant Props for some really awesome custom design pieces. I think that's all I got. Torque,
Nice.
do you have anything you'd like to mention? If we could only hear you.
If only.
If only we can't hear you,
only.
Torque. We can't hear you, Torque.
I'm sorry about that. Yeah, so probably close to about halftime, we'll be giving away a beard shirt. So stick around for that.
Nice. So without further
Oh wait,
ado,
we do have like one more thing.
Sure.
Happy New Year, guys!
Happy
True.
New Year.
Happy 2020. So we'll see what the first. You know what? The first natural 20 that these players roll today, we will do the Torque t-shirt giveaway in honor of 2020. How about that?
Hey, let's do it.
And as you can also see, Denahi and Tallulah will not be joining us today because of work and other personal reasons. So we will be hopefully not killing them today on accident. We'll see what happens. But without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into the next chapter of the Realms of
Ukodor.
Woo.
Welcome to the realms of Ukodor.
Welcome back. That was a little slow. That was interesting. So, I lost it. So, last we left, the party had just arrived in Edak. No, excuse me, not Edak. In Tydean, to download some information, find some new family members, interrogate other people, and Jeidobii wanted to find out more information from Arin. How did she survive the countless horde of werewolves and zombies inside of this basement? Having a very intense but intimate conversation with Arin, where she slightly took offense, but still kind of made a joke with attempting to bite him as a gag. Jeidobii did discern that Arin was not lying or deceitful or a secret werewolf spy. Not really sure where he was going with that, but she is still on their side and still their cook. The party is aware that they have about 3 to 4 days before the pending assault onslaught from Victor. So they are trying to do all the preparations they can, and they were planning on going to some of the other wards to complete some unfinished business, possibly find some more power gems to bolster their defenses, and hopefully be able to destroy Victor. In attempts to that, Jeidobii went over to the Cathedral of Azir to speak with the Paladin, which was a very awkward conversation, but the Paladin was pulled to other duties and did adhere to Jeidobie's request of borrowing his flail and mace, where Jeidobii was able to kind of mimic the weapons to add to his onslaught with Aros, his grandfather, on his forearm weapon, to kind of emulate that shape, to add some more flavor and force to his repertoire. Later on, Jeidobii had talked with Denahi to utilize some of the spells and skills that she has not been able to tap yet since retrieving the Lich staff from Ago. So Jeidobii, Denahi, and then trailing very, very behind them was Cerise and Tallulah, went over to a giant pile of burning bodies with the same paladin that he was just recently speaking with. To put out the fire, they retrieved one of the dead bodies, who happened to be a dead werewolf. He had turned back to his human form. Denahi had started to perform this ritual, bringing this creature to life temporarily to ask him several questions. Upon doing so, most of his human form stayed intact, except for in the shoulders and head. He kind of reverted back to his werewolf form. air is escaping his breath, and he was able to answer the questions that the party were asking him. And on his return back to death, the air escaped and said, "Tell Warwick Jacob is sorry." And his body went lifeless. They threw it back on the pile and commenced burning the bodies to be rid of the curse and decay that was in the city. Later on, Jeidobii and the party were getting ready to plane shift to the Earth Ward, where Trixie abruptly came and interrupted that conversation because the rest of the crew was very frustrated and angry with the party for leaving them in the Sirgan Gorge for so long, kind of unattended, where they were there when Victor and his onslaught arrived and kind of decimated the city. But they were able to get free of that to arrive in Tydean shortly before Victor and his horde again traveled there to decimate that city as well. During the conversation, Jeidobii put all their minds at ease and said we were just going to go complete some of these tasks and then we'll be right back. And upon doing so, Jeidobii got the party around in a circle, was able to perform the plane shift spell, and Jeidobii noticed through the corner of his eye that the Rosari crystals that kind of power this airship started to glow and emanate this energy, and a very similar force of energy where they appear at the gates of the city of Boder in the Earth Ward, still on the deck of the ship. Somehow the power of the Rosari crystals and the makeup of the ship was able to, Jeidobii was able to plane shift the entire ship and all its contents and inhabitants to the Earth Ward safely, which could provide to be a very handy trick if used correctly. But to continue to experiment with that, Denahi insisted on trying to launch a firebolt, where Cerise ran up quickly to disrupt that very aggressive test, placing her hand on a Rosari crystal and casting a healing spell, with results that the healing spell was magnified tremendously. But at the end of the spell, Cerise was thrown from the Rosari crystals, instantly knocked unconscious, losing all of her life and having slight burn marks on her hands. Jeidobii rushed up and healed Cerise quickly, realizing that even his healing spell without touching the gem also was an enhanced ability. The test was complete. The Rosari crystals do enhance abilities dependent on your proximity to the crystals themselves. Later on, the party found out that Cerise actually knew some information about the Verdant Plateau, potentially wasting some questions that they had asked the werewolf. But to no avail, they did end up getting some more information about the Verdant Plateau, and kind of continuously planning the next steps before Victor's onslaught. During the night, Jeidobii was visited in his mind by Victor, threatening him, vowing to him that he is going to destroy Jeidobii and everything that he stands for. Jeidobii woke up not himself and trying to kind of figure out what to do next. Later on, Jeidobii and Denahi started a ring of conference call, is how it is called now, but they did a spell of message sending, to the megachromatic dragon Granasso. After some carefully placed questions, answers, and persuasion, Denahi was able to coerce Granasso into flying to the city of Edak and attacking Victor's army. Shortly after that, they ended up calling Warwick, who is the leader of the werewolves and kind of heads Victor's army, to try to get some more information from him, potentially get him on their side. And about the time that the conversation was possibly going in the party's favor, the call was abruptly ended because they heard the whoosh, whoosh, whoosh of said megachromatic dragon arriving in Edak. The party continued to do various other things, and we will pick up where we left off on the Earth Ward. What would you all like to do?
All right. Well, I feel really good about that. I feel really good about what we just did. I'm sure that won't come back to bite us later. It'll be great.
I absolutely share your confidence.
And definitely after Cerise kind of reassured Jeidobii that how Victor's trying to get in his head and everything's gonna be fine, and he's just scared or whatever.
Let's
He
not
does.
be too confident.
He still does look kind of tired because he has a point of exhaustion, but he is more amped. He's more like, let's see where the day brings. It's almost like, I don't know, like it's a new year or something. Everything just feels new. You know what we should do?
I mean, I feel that too. I was asleep for so long in the Fae. I don't think I thanked you for breaking that curse, by the way, but I was definitely caught in that city asleep. So it's been a while.
Were you?
I was. Yeah, we all were.
I didn't know.
No, I
Wow.
didn't bring it up. There was a lot happening.
No problem. I like put my hand up for a high fiver. You know what we all need? As I look to everyone in Denahi and Tallulah, I think it's time for a mud bath, you guys. I know what you're thinking. We have so much to do, but think about it. We're in the Earth water right now. We have more time. We can think. And what really helps me think is to like have a bath, And I hear that they're the best mud baths in all of the multiverse.
The second that you said mud bath, Denahi had already was like her eyes perked up and she already walked away. She's already walked through the gate of the city and she's on her way.
Do you know where they are?
Yes.
Wow.
Of course
Well,
I
this
know
is
where they
good.
are.
I just like grab the rest of the breakfast and I just like start heading out.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, I follow.
I will leave you to your bath.
What? No, you should come too.
No, Tokyo, you have to come. What are you talking about?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Mud bath.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're the best. I hear this. They sparkle with like pure like mineral gems. Just come on, let's go see. Come on.
You don't have to get in.
Besides talk, let's be real.
Fine, let's go.
All right.
Yay!
I head out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you quickly try to keep up with Denahi, and Tallulah follows as well. Toward into the city. Toro gives you. Hang on.
It's fine. It's not frozen for me.
Oh, it's not? Okay. Just making sure. Because I know you're frozen for us. Anyway.
Yeah, I always
have
freeze.
Some weird artifacts.
Oh,
I
you're
never
back.
freeze.
So, as you continue, Toro, gives you a nod, kind of whatever. You just parked your boat right in front of the city. Trixie and most of the crew stay back with you as well. And, you end up following Denahi, and she goes right towards the baths. And as you enter the baths, Jeidobii and the rest of the party, you end up following her towards the baths. And she acts like she's been here before. Not sure when she was here before, but she was here before. And she nods to the elf that is kind of sitting behind this. It's not really a counter, but it's kind of a table. Well, looks like you brought some friends, did you? Well, he puts his hand out.
I'm sorry. Wait, Denahi, you've been here before?
Yes, of course. When you were lollygagging through the Goliath area.
Lollygagging.
That's a new word you never use. Interesting. All right. Well, I won't ask any questions. How much for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Greg wouldn't be a 7th. How much for 6?
7.
What? Greg, you can talk. Everything is so new.
Do I look like Greg?
Who is this? Who am I looking? Oh,
Ica.
Sticks.
no, Ica's not here.
Oh, Sticks?
What? I can't take a bath too?
Only because you smell the way you
He
do.
probably needs one.
We'll foot the bill.
That hurts my feelings.
It's okay. Don't worry.
No,
about
it doesn't.
For
How
all
much
of
for
you,
7?
will you Will you be going into the mud bath only, or are you looking to take a hot springs bath before or afterward?
Ooh.
Hot spring. We should get used to being in a lot of water, probably.
Yeah, you're right. We should. Yeah.
I mean,
How
we
much
have
for
to.
both?
Practice holding our breath.
For your entire group, we'll just call it 10 gold square.
Oh, thank you. Please, thank you, because we don't have too much. All right, 10 gold. Here you are, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay. So as you walk into the space, there are kind of like two rooms. They're kind of divided by it's like these two rooms were kind of carved into the mountainside. So the actual center of these two rooms that kind of divide is like, carved out cave. On the right side is the hot springs, where there are, actual like flowing water, like little mini waterfalls kind of protruding out of the water side that goes into the pool, where some of the patrons in here are kind of getting cleaned up, or if they're transitioning from either space, so you don't like track in all the mud into the actual hot spring spot. And there's some people in the water, but Denahi does go to the mud side, which is a very similar look and feel. There are places to sit around the outside, and it's just like a big pool of mud.
I like this. This is chill. Yeah.
Excellent craftsman work.
I follow Denahi.
Okay.
Must be dwarves.
So as Denahi gets ready to jump in, Styx just runs right past you and does like a cannonball into the mud. Doesn't even change his clothes. He just dives in.
I just kind of wipe my face.
Well, that's one way to go about it.
I strip down butt naked.
Oh, is that what you're supposed to do?
Yeah.
I thought I would just wash my clothes.
No,
too.
you take your clothes off and you wash yourself.
You watch him do this little shimmy, and then his head goes under. And he jumps out with his clothes and just, and like the pile of bloody clothes.
It's like a pouch. Okay.
This is going to be a long day, and the guy just turns and walks back to the front.
And as I look around, this is unisex, right?
Yep.
Dope.
Cool.
Dope.
Yeah. Cerise
Well,
gets one of those hot springs towels and gets in.
And for Cerise,
Drop my pants. Roll for intimidation.
and for Cerise, since this is her first time, when Jeidobii completely undresses, all of his tattoos, they go all over his body, all his white tiger strap tattoos, just kind of riddle his body. So just want to throw that out there.
Okay, good to know.
And I take a step in.
Okay. It's surprisingly warm. You actually imagined it to be a cold mud bath, but it's actually very warm. The occasional, bubbles popping up. So some of the steam vents from probably the underground volcano that is not exploded yet, is where these vents come from anyway, is kind of heating the tub.
Nice. Now, Lizzie, do you know what Styx looks like, by the way?
It's definitely been described in my presence, but I couldn't tell you right now.
Okay, fair enough.
To remind you what Styx looks like, so there are two types of goblins in the world of Ukodor. There are very feral goblins, which are kind of your atypical goblins, which has a little bit more round head, smaller nose, a lot of sharp teeth, pointy eyes, ears are a little crazy. The more civilized-esque, Styx is on the edge of civilized, but he is a more common goblin who, his ears are still very pointy. He still looks like a goblin, more. I'm trying to think of a good example, but he's a very large protruding nose, so the facial features are more human-like. He still has sharp teeth and everything else. Some of his ears are pierced, and his skin color is a dark green. Not like a bright, goblin green, but more dark. He's got several scars on his face and across his eye and things, but yeah, that's what he looks like.
Okay.
Cerise, Styx here is a talented bard as well.
Really? Why the need for air quotes?
Oh, I didn't. It was. Hey, Styx, tell her about it.
Roll Do you want him to see you do that?
No.
Slide a hand.
All right. First roll of the night. I'm using purple dye from Baywin.
I'm also totally blowing your cover by just calling you out like that.
So that wasn't a natural 20. It was the nat 1.
Nat 1? Oh, yeah.
I really did.
So, as you're saying that, the Styx's ears are kind of out of the mud, and you just see his eyes kind of like an alligator, just like looking at you. What? You don't like my music? Would you like me to play you the music now? Eh?
Well, bathing, so I suppose it's probably not the best thing. Tell her what instrument you use and stuff.
You're right.
And
I probably shouldn't get any mud in my bagpipes.
Oh, you're the one who uses bagpipes. They mentioned somebody using bagpipes.
They did. Did they like them?
I don't remember what they said. Exactly. I think maybe they're just bringing up possible instruments I might play, and they're like, "Oh yes, because we know this one person who plays bagpipes." I think that was all that was said, really.
Interesting.
Yeah, isn't it? You should tell him what your choice of instrument is.
Oh, well, mostly I sing, but I also have a pan flute or just a regular flute sometimes. Which reminds me, we were gonna have a pan flute party, Jeidobii.
We were gonna have a pan flute party.
That's adorable.
Might be too early to party.
Okay, maybe it's a little early, but we'll definitely bounce back.
Did Jeidobii tell you that I sing as well?
No.
Sly, I'm gonna try to be stealthy, but I want to be behind him going.
I'd love to hear you sing.
Well, I can do that very nicely right now. So, there once was a bar... Ooh, and he kind of like loses his footing and he goes bloop under the mud.
Oops, how did that happen? Well, this is probably the best time as ever to
Perception checks, by the way.
Oh.
Everyone. Just kidding.
Oh, Balin, I don't know about this purple dye.
18.
Guidance.
You said 19?
18.
18.
15.
15. So as you two are having this conversation, you feel like almost like pinching or biting on your feet inside of the mud.
Who? Which one?
Both of you.
I like jump out of the mud.
Yeah! I like go to like
What?
the brim.
Okay, so as you both kind of like instinctually kind of jump out, Denahi doesn't move. Tallulah starts to move, and Denahi puts her arm up and kind of just keeps her, and she's like, "It's fine," you know. And so as you both get out of the mud and you look at your feet, there's probably like a dozen or 2 dozen little crabs like cleaning the bottom of your feet.
Oh. Oh. Okay.
Wow, this is different.
Well, guess what we're gonna do? I'm gonna just kind of glide my hands across my neck with some golden energy, and I'm going to cast Speak with Animals. Well, hello there, little friends. Thanks for that.
So the little crabs start to. You can hear like very, 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 very tiny little voices, and a couple climb up into your ear, and they whisper, "Hello."
Hi. Come here often?
Cerise is laughing at you.
You essentially just see him just kind of talking to himself. 'Cause, I mean, they're like really, really tiny little crabs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Why
like
don't-
termites or
Like
something.
hermit crabs or
Why don't you wear shoes?
Well, I'm a druid, and I feel more connected to the earth when my feet are bare. Why are you sighing at me?
Once you said druid, he kind of sighed, and as he's going down, it's almost like he's like a foreman barking orders. He's yelling out, "You have to work double hard. Let's go!" And like he jumps back into the mud. Your feet are really calloused.
Well, wow, wait, fine. Fine.
were those
Now-
crabs judging you?
Um,
You seem offended.
I don't know. Ooh, and all of a sudden I kind of like shimmy up as I start to feel them kind of like on my feet. And what you guys don't know is Jaidobie's ticklish, so this is kind of torturous almost. Okay, all right, no, that's all right, that's good.
Denahi's just looking at you, shaking her head.
Okay.
As she's sitting in there, like, the mud's like right up to her shoulder, so most of her body's in there, and you see her tail kind of come out, and she like hooks like a glass of wine with her tail, so her arms don't have to come out, and she's like drinking with her tail.
That's so Denahi. So lazy. Okay.
Nice.
Well, this is probably the best time as ever. So, Tallulah.
Jeidobii?
What happened when you were in Edak? What went on?
So she continues to explain, because you were gone for 3 weeks, right? That she was first brought there via some sort of teleportation via Victor. They had convinced her to kind of join her side. She witnessed and did a lot of things. So she starts to talk about it, and then she kind of tapers off. So like during that part, she's like, Jeidobii, they had me do terrible things to earn their trust, and I don't really want to talk about it anymore. And she kind of looks away.
I look at Cerise. I feel like it would help us greatly if we knew what was happening. You were contacting me, and I know that there are many druids and people that were being harvested. We never got a chance to speak about, but I think it's the best. I think it's the best time to regroup and understand where everyone's coming from.
Yes. Well, after I earned their trust, I was really at Rosalind's side almost all the time. Victor would come and go. He would go out to find more soldiers or summon more creatures. I'm not quite sure. I know he traveled to Hunter's Pass and Rennie often. I'm not sure where he is harvesting those druids, but every time I would see him after he would leave, he would look stronger than he was before.
So Lula, I have to know, have you ever seen anyone like me before?
No, I haven't.
Cerise just droops, her wings are just...
Maybe that's a good thing?
I mean, they probably wouldn't have been in the material plane anyway. If anyone's still alive. But it's been 90 years. I mean, there's no real reason I should have any hope.
Well, I don't know. Actually, the city of Bodir is home to a lot of druids and people looking for safety. So you may see some in town, actually. And the DM, what's the quarter called? There's like a quarter where all the people come for safety. I forget the name of it.
Stupid computer. You talking about well, there's not. It's not necessarily for safety. Like there's the
Where's the city?
You're in Boldea, which is the city inside of the Earth Ward. I mean, the clan quarter is, I think, what you're talking about, but that is mostly Goliath, and it's more like tribal humanoids from O'Toole that all kind of start funneling through that gate. There's a dwarven quarter that is mostly dwarvish and human. There's some elves in that area, and then the elemental quarter is where all the druids are, and a lot of the elves and things. And then there's the very small quarter, which is like I don't even know what you want to call it, castle quarter or the noble quarter, because you fuckers all give me a hard time because there's 3 quarters. But the fourth quarter would be essentially where the Thorim castle is.
Gotcha. So yeah, if after this, because I still have some things to do in the city, we can stop by the elemental quarter and see if you may see any familiar faces.
That's a kind offer, but I'm worried about the people who were kidnapped. So out of character, Cerise has been to the Earthward before. I don't know if she's been to this city specifically, but I assume she, like, if there was a chance, people she knew were there.
There's only one city
Okay.
per se in each ward.
Okay.
They all kind of funnel into one area that's easily protected, and so on and so on. So yeah, I would say you would have been here to check that, or at least talk to people who have checked that.
Yeah.
Like you would have spoke to Satina probably.
Tina, okay.
Who was
Okay.
Yeah. You would have talked to Satina.
Yeah.
Well, all right then. No pressure, but I put my attention back onto Tallulah. Do you know of any big plans that they have, or their course of action? I know that I know that Victor has been trying to bring back Riha, the goddess of darkness, but do you happen to know of any kind of course of action to get there besides?
I mean, I wasn't in every meeting, but I mean, being around there and being able, I'm still connected with, Rosalind. So there was many times where she was having one-on-one conversations with Victor, and I was able to listen in, and for whatever reason, they weren't aware of that. That connection has been broken, I believe, since we've killed her. But essentially, once they light all 5 beacons in Ceros, that will open that doorway for Riha to enter, to arrive in the material plane again. And Tydean is the last beacon that needs to be lit.
Do you know what the ritual you were about to perform was? Like, what? I know they were trying to. The party told me they were trying to get information from Ina,
Well,
or they wanted her to do something, but then they were killing her.
Victor wanted Ina for something else, and I let my rage cloud my judgment. I believe Rosalind was trying to do something to disrupt Victor, or I'm not quite sure. Rosalind was doing something that Victor wasn't going to be happy with, which is why she waited until she was gone.
That's very interesting.
But
That is very interesting.
I think we should throw that in his face the next time we see him. Oh,
I never tagged you for vicious mockery, Cerise. I like it.
well, only for really bad people who murder just an excessive amount of people, really.
Yes, I agree. That is really good to have. I wonder what she was doing.
That I would also like to know. Okay, do we have any idea if she's still alive in the Shadow Ward, or if we really killed her? And then
Rosalind?
I'd
Yeah.
assume that she went back. Her essence went back to the Shadow Ward, and we'll have to.
That, unfortunately, Jeidobii, that is an inaccurate assumption. Victor has been keeping her alive all this time. Every time that the Alliance of Light and all those people would kill Victor and he would go to the Dark Shadow Ward, he would keep his magic alive in the material plane to keep the werewolves controlled and to keep Rosalind alive. Every other vampire will die when Victor dies. So unfortunately, or fortunately, she's gone for good. And I imagine Victor is not happy.
Well, that explains it, because if she was just back in the Shadow Ward, all his rage wouldn't quite seem merited.
Right? I like put my hands up for a high five for everybody. Go team, go. Well, one is gone.
So Rosalind was betraying him. But we don't know what she was planning to do.
Correct.
Interesting. What were you going to do in the ceremony? Were you just
I'm not
arm
sure.
candy?
It looked like she was about to behead her. I'm not quite sure what she was going to do.
DM, would I happen to know of any kind of ritual that would warrant this kind of
You can
thing?
do maybe a history check.
All right. Purple die with guidance. Okay, all right. Not bad. So let's see. That's going to be history 19. 26. 26 total history.
26. No, I mean that information is relatively new to what you feel that like it's just very foreign. Like you're not quite sure what she was trying to do. I mean even Tallulah, as she's explaining this to you, she's not sure either. She knows that Rosalind was up to something. Whether it was a quest for power, if it was something to disrupt the Riha thing because she's jealous, like you just really can't know without talking to her sister.
And there's no way we can talk to her sister because she turned to ash. There's nothing to talk to.
Correct.
I just kind of like go down in the mud, like to my nose as I think. Well, okay. Thanks for debriefing us on that, and also thank you so much for watching over Ina for the past forever. It seems like I really appreciate it.
I did my best, Jeidobii.
I kind of like float over to her, and I kind of give like an appropriate, because we're both butt naked, air hug, or not, like a hug, like
Shoulder tap.
shoulder tap. All right. Talk. How are you liking this bath?
It is not my normal for fun. I don't know. It's very strange.
It's supposed to be relaxing talk.
Yes, well, there's things where there shouldn't be things.
Oh, that's the mineral gems I was telling you about. They're there to clean crevices, and also the crabs are probably in there helping out too.
Yes, crabs. Not a fan.
Right. They're cool people. All right. Well,
Were they touching you earlier?
Oh, they're cool people. You got a case of crabs, now you got friends.
actually, Tor, after we get done here, maybe you can take Cerise around to kind of see your people in the clan quarter.
If you would like to see, yes.
Perhaps. I don't want to get too distracted from our mission, though.
No,
Yeah.
this bath is already taking valuable time.
What would you like to do, Cerise, after this?
I mean, I think we should start preparing for the water ward. I mean, I don't know what clothes to bring. We're just going to be walking through liquid constantly. So, just to be clear, like even in the city where we can breathe, there's like a mass water breathing spell on the city, but it is still entirely liquid. So,
Is there something that you would wear, like a suit for being wet?
that's what a strange way to phrase that question. Maybe.
I think I'll definitely just stay with my dragon scale. I feel like I'm more protected that way. Anything else and I might die. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, since you have been there before, so I thought that there was like a massive like air bubble or something around the city, but you say it's actually a spell of just water breathing?
Mm-hmm. Essentially. I mean, most
Is
of the
this for everyone?
Yeah, so when you're within the bubble, you can breathe oxygen if you're an oxygen breather. Most people there, can just leave because they're aquatic anyway, but
They're aquatic anyway.
well, right. I mean,
Aquatic.
they naturally breathe underwater.
Interesting. So let's say we were in this airfield and then we left. Would it travel with us for a time, or would we need to have a backup?
The ship? Wait.
Once we leave the city, because we can breathe in the city, but once we leave, will that magic stay with us for a while, or will we have to have a? Okay.
Yeah. It's more like an area where it's possible to breathe underwater, even if
So
not
essentially,
leave.
there are spires all the way around the city that create that bubble, but it doesn't disrupt the water. All it does is it anybody who comes there who doesn't breathe water can breathe water.
All right. Okay. Well, good to know. I think I'll have something for that. I once made a number of people able to breathe underwater because we were kind of on a ship going in the middle of the ocean to. It's a long story, but I kind of foresaw that there might be like a shipwreck, so I just did it just in case. But I can do that again.
Cool.
So,
Yeah, I've never been outside the bubble.
Oh, really?
Mm-mm.
It's gonna be new for all of us. I can. One casting of that spell can give everyone breathing underwater for 24 hours. So I'll just need to do it. Yeah, probably before we leave, maybe before we rest, so we can wake up and everything's fine.
Mhm.
How do they travel there? Like, what's the commute kind of?
And how do they poop?
The really important questions talk. I like it.
I mean,
When
I think
I'm walking in the water, will a poop go into my mouth?
Oh, things to know.
Sorry, that was Tallulah.
Excellent
That
point,
wasn't me.
Sticks. Excellent point.
That wasn't me. That was Tallulah.
I think most people swim around. I mean, you can walk on the bottom, but slow. And there are many different people and customs when it comes to defecation and
We don't need to talk about that anymore. The
yeah.
question is does my voice sound better now? Do I not sound
Yes.
in the mud?
I think you cleared up the mud that got back there. Good
Oh,
job.
that's right. You were gonna sing for us.
I was, but the moment is past. I'm done.
Yeah, it's gone now. Oh, what a pissy!
Okay.
I'm so sorry. All right. Well, this was an excellent way to start the day. I think I want to ring Ica real quick, and I start twisting the ring on my finger, and I will focus on Ica.
Are we on a new? Wait. Sorry. Never mind. Wait. What ring are you using?
The ring of sending.
Okay.
Yeah, that I'm gonna
Ring
use
of
that.
Conference sending. Got it.
The conference ring.
Oh, it is. Okay. I was just wondering if we're on a new day. Because we're not, right? Haven't we used it up?
Yeah, we before that we slept afterward, and then at the beginning of the day. Oh wait.
No. Yeah. I don't think we have any
somehow
charges
skipped
for today.
The fact that we slept.
'Cause we
I think you're
slept.
right.
Yeah, because
And then,
it was 6 p.m.
then you had your dream.
It was 6 p.m. on the
And then we
material plane. And
Call.
You're right. Okay, so in the morning we
Okay, so we're gonna
called
take-
Renasso.
Oh, no, we did. 'cause
Called Warwick.
Hang on. So you arrived in the Earth
Yeah,
Ward at
yeah.
midday, and then you slept, and then this is now day 2. So
Right.
I think
Called
you-
So-
Christina, and then
Right, which means
slept
about an
and
hour
again.
passed in our regular world.
Yeah.
Damn it!
Oh no, not
I
even
have to
that.
wait.
yeah, because you
I'll
guys
have to
you
wait.
went you
I
went
need
to the
to blow
Dusty
up.
Tankard where Torek was flirting with Oma. So yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think
Well,
doesn't matter. It's
another day then. Another day. It's
I
fine.
think it's another.
No, I was flirting with her, and then we had to go to bed, and then that was it.
That makes sense.
Mhm.
That makes sense.
I'm gonna.
But that means like 30 seconds has passed. Not even that. Like
Oh,
5
in the
seconds.
material plane. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get to that when you guys get back. But
All right.
I'm
I mean,
gonna.
At least some amount of time has passed, unless.
No, but it's like 5 seconds.
But we called them and like
We
advanced.
were gone for like 2 weeks, and we came back, and 5 minutes had passed.
Well, I guess it'll be interesting to see how conference calls affects time, because we at least talked for like 10 minutes to 2 people on the material
What
plane.
plane were they in?
As
Oh,
they're
they
going
were.
back
They
and
were in the
forth,
regular plane.
I'm gonna get up out of the mud pool. I'm gonna go to the
Yeah, that
hot
doesn't make
springs
any damn
and
sense. What are you gonna do there, DM?
I have a theory of how time works in the sea.
We screwed your whole thing up.
It's magic.
It is.
I'm
magic.
going to the hot springs to rinse off the mud.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
You
To the
bet.
hot
Yes.
springs.
To the hot springs. Here we will wash off the mud and crabs.
Much better. All right. Well, I feel great. I feel good. How do you all feel? Do you feel refreshed?
I do feel refreshed.
Nice.
I
Just like Cerise is like practicing swimming, like in little
strange.
Before
hot spring.
we head out to the water, I need to do 1 or 2 errands in town, and then we can be off.
Mhm.
How's that sound? Oh, also on the walk back to the
Errands,
city.
you mean chores?
No, I take out my scroll to do things. Like, there's I have to do a couple of
Scroll
these
like
things.
hits the ground and rolls away from you.
That's a lot of things.
I'm sure they'll be quick. Shoop. I put it back.
Mhm.
And as I'm walking to back to the city
Goes there
with,
like a tape measure.
with Styx, Styx, how you're more familiar with Trixie's airship than I. Do you think it will be okay to take it to the water ward, or do you think it'll warp?
Do I
It
think a
wouldn't warp.
boat can go underwater?
Well, I mean, it's a flying ship. It's a unique kind of boat.
Yes, it barely goes on
Magic.
top of the water. I don't think it goes in the water, sir.
So you don't think we should bring it?
You can ask her.
Okay, we'll do. I'm gonna just wait for Torque and Cerise so I can go to the clan quarter with them.
Okay. I have a really random question. Speaking of time,
Sure.
Does the Shadow Ward and the Fae, since they're mirrors of each other, are they on the same timeline?
Again, I know we've talked about this before, and I really don't want to get too deep in the weeds with
Okay.
time and everything. But yeah, so the same thing with the Fae and the Shadow. Time is relative, right? So
Mhm.
when you only are affected by time when you leave the plane. So
Right.
it's almost like you're time traveling when you come back is
Mhm.
the thing. So either you come back a few minutes later or a few weeks later. That is
Right.
it's like when you do that plane shift, you get it's almost like you get lost. So like to touch on, this is just my interpretation of it anyway. Just like when you were talking about you're talking to them for 10 minutes. In
Mhm.
theory, if you talk to someone for 5 minutes, let's say you talked to Granasso for 5 minutes, right? And then you immediately went back to the material plane where Granasso was, you might actually get there while you're talking to him. You'll have
Okay.
some Bill and Ted situations going on there. So while you're talking to him in his time for 10 minutes or 5 minutes, your time is different. So it's sure to think about it. But anyway, so the Shadow Ward and the Fey Ward are mirrored. So what if we calculated years, which they don't, if whatever clock they would use would be the same on both sides. And the
Okay.
same kind of, you know how there's a Fey, Jeidobii, what's it called? When you come back and you potentially could have forgotten your whole time in the Fey Ward. The same thing applies in the Shadow Ward. So there's a chance.
And is it?
And and so your Fey ancestry blocks that for both of you. So when you come back, you don't have to worry about it. It does not block you when you leave the Shadow Ward, because none of you are Shadow ancestry. So when you come back, there's a chance you could have forgotten, your time in the Shadow Ward.
Right. Okay. Cool. Thank you.
Plane. All right, ready to go to the clan quarter?
Sure, let's go.
And I follow Torque in.
Okay.
Refresh me on Tanra's sister's name again. Do you remember?
That's what I was just looking for, because I wrote it down.
So did I, but now I can't find the same sheet.
And see, in Cerise, there is where Ika sat. He sat there for like 20.
Zara, yeah, there it is.
Why?
Alright.
Why was he
Yeah.
just sitting there?
It was literally
It was
circled.
just-
I'm looking at my notes, and it's circled. And I was like, where is it?
Beating him.
So, where are we going? We're going to the clan quarter? Am I gonna get stepped on? I don't want to get
Yep.
stepped on.
Yeah, I don't know, Cerise. You probably will get stepped on. Yeah, Cerise, I don't know. They were just kind of feeding him as he just sat there. He was all impatient because like we were doing our thing, and then like I was like, you could walk around the city, Ika. Like I don't know why you just want to sit here and eat, but all right.
I
It's a
mean,
free
sometimes
world.
that does sound pretty good. It's pretty relatable.
True. You know, he definitely did get bigger after that.
He has a way of entertaining himself.
Hmm.
True. I'm not sure if the mass came from fat or muscle, but you know, it works. It works for him.
Hmm.
I'm gonna tell him you said that.
Don't meta, DM. You can't meta.
I'm gonna tell him you said that. How about that? You're just sitting here
Meta
making
all
fun of
day
me.
long.
Talk to you, see people.
Yes, we're looking for Zara. I want to let her know what's happening.
Okay, so you take some time, you enter into the clan quarter, you head to that main courtyard area where that big tent was, where Zarad was, who was kind of, or Garad, excuse me, who was kind of, if memory strikes right, he was kind of like a protege to you, Torque, before you left.
Yes.
And he's kind of running the Goliath,
People.
what's it called? Well, it's all the refugees. So just to give you a little bit more lore, Cerise, you would be aware of this.
Mhm.
So during the years of Jaren, so Jaren was like the first story arc, which you all
Right.
kind of kept hands off because you were dealing with your own things. Because like the premonitions of Victor's rising, you knew was coming. So you all were trying to prep for that. So you kind of ignored Jaren, who was this cleric essentially who started just creating this chaos. So he would go to Motul and he was starting to kill and capture Goliaths and other creatures that were strong, and kind of utilizing their essence to very similar to what Victor's doing actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, where he was like harvesting their souls. So there was like the really old weapons, the black weapons called dread weapons that would essentially Jaidobie's late sister was killed by one of these weapons. So essentially Jaren was like, drinking her soul, if you want to put a label on it. Anyway, so when that was happening, after Torque was captured, a lot of the Goliaths were fleeing to the Earth Ward, and the actual entrance of the Earth Ward is on the western side of Motul. So it was kind of an easy transition. So hundreds and even in the thousands of refugees had left Motul, and they are now in their own little area in the Earth Ward.
Okay.
So you get to that little quarter area, and Zara does see you. Talk. It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
It's been some time.
It has.
How are you?
Let me tell you what's happened. We got Rosalind. We destroyed her. Killed her.
That's good to hear.
Victor is not happy.
Yes.
Yes.
I trust that you'll be able to finish that as well. When will you be joining
We
us?
will. We will. Soon enough. Many things to do in time.
Indeed.
But let me introduce you to some people.
Sure.
This
Sweet.
is Cerise.
Hello, little
Hello,
one.
it's nice to meet you.
She kind of gets down and kneels down, and even when she's kneeling down,
Oh, Cerise
Kate-
would fly up.
Oh, well, she was still starting to do that. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, and she stands back up.
Mhm.
Nice to meet you, little one. A friend of
Nice to
Tolkien
meet you,
will
too.
always be a friend of mine.
And you know Jeidobii.
I do.
Hey there.
Where's Ika? I have some food for him.
Probably finding food elsewhere.
Oh, it's too
We
bad.
had to leave him back on the material plane. He's getting some stuff done, but I'm sure he misses you as well.
Yes, well, since I no longer have a husband anymore, I need to feed somebody. It's pleasant to have him here for a little while anyway.
I'll be sure to bring him by. You have my word.
Thank you.
All right. Well, we wanted to tell Garad what is happening.
Sure. He's not here at the moment, but we can definitely. I can pass the word on if you'd like.
Where is he?
He took a hunting party to Motul to see if he can find more survivors and food. for that
Motul.
matter.
Back to home.
Yes.
Very good.
Food here is for as many people as we've brought over, and they continuously bring more people over every day. So we're running short on food. So he took a hunting party to gather some more food, supplies, and see if he can find any more survivors and bring them back.
Well, we won't hold you any longer.
Of course.
We'll move on. Good to see you again.
You as well.
Always a pleasure to see family.
Yes. Familiar
I
faces.
bow to her before I leave.
And she says familiar faces, and she kind of goes for like the arm thing or like a hug. But as you go in for the hug, she's coming in for a hug with her arms out. But as she does that, she lifts her hand up and kind of places it on your cheek, and then puts her forehead to yours. Be safe.
Thank you.
And she, like, kind of composes her face a little bit, gets a little stern, and then goes back to doing what she was doing.
Torque, you train Garad very well. He does good work.
I'm sorry, what? Yes, Garad, he's great. Yeah, we should go.
I look at Torque. Is he crying?
Are you crying, Tor?
It's a little misty-eyed.
I
Oh, wait,
say
do I have to
nothing.
take these off?
Jeidobii says nothing. And he will just turn to Cerise, put his hand on her face, and like touch her forehead.
Cerise like touches your face.
I kind
But when
I kind of imagine Cerise flying like this, with her arms like she's resting it, like.
Oh, absolutely. It's just like, oh, no.
And we're doing this purely out of respect. We're like not making fun of any kind of culture. Like we love what's happening right now, so we just want to be a part of it.
We're just dumb babies.
Let's go. Come on.
All right.
As you turn around and you walk away, Tallulah kind of like nudges you with her tail and has a little smirk on her face.
Which you?
I'm sorry,
Sorry.
Denahi. I don't know if I said Tallulah or not. Denahi.
You said Tallulah.
I'm RPing too many people. So,
All right. I'm headed to. As we're walking, I'm probably walking towards Facina's. Whatchamacallit?
Oh,
Not
the-
Facina. I'm sorry.
Satina.
Satina.
Yep.
Satina. I'm sorry. I walk into Satina's temple.
okay.
But as I'm walking, I'm talking to everyone. What was I going to say? I had something in mind, and then I just totally blanked. No.
It
I
was
remember
the door is right here. Perhaps I should open that for you.
Oh, thank you. I almost ran into it. Question for you, Cerise.
Yes.
I take out my cold bag of holding, and I'll reach into it and I'll take out like the breastplate. Yeah, I have a cold bag of holding, and I'll take out like the chest armor plate, whatever that we found in the gift tower back in the Fey Ward. With the
Gift tower?
Yeah, you remember the gift tower?
Please go to the gift tower after you've enjoyed the tour.
He's saying
Yeah.
gift.
Gift Yankee Tower.
What's happening?
and what you see, Cerise, is that like the armor is silver with like brass like inlay, and there's like a crest on there that's like an A, but inside the A is like a fish hook.
Oh, this is the armor you were asking Facina about when she was being attacked by Victor. Wow, that was just I really, it took a lot to not interject asking what you were doing, but you want to know if I know about it?
Yes, please.
Do I know about it?
You can do a history check if you'd like.
And as she's thinking about it, I didn't want that to be awkward. I really actually didn't want to ask the question, but she was like really forcing me to like talk to her when she was being attacked. So I didn't have any other. I just had to ask her, and I felt weird, but
I felt weird too. That is 29.
29. As you examine, Torque, did you freeze like that? That's hilarious. I can't even. I have to like block him.
Faking you out.
As you examine the armor itself doesn't look too familiar, but you start to. I can't. I'm gonna talk over here. So as you start to examine it, the armor looks very old, looks very ancient. It looks 1,000 years old, maybe. The emblem with the A with the fish hook doesn't look familiar. Like it's one of those things like you feel like you've seen it before, but you don't know what it is.
This seems familiar, but I don't know. I'm drawing a blank. Sorry.
All right, no problem. I just.
Where did you get it anyway?
So the whole reason we went to the Fey Ward in the first place, because it wasn't in the plans, is because Torque got warped there and imprisoned out of the blue, and so we had to go there and find him, and he was in this Gith Yankee tower, and I found it there, and it seemed really out of place, and it's definitely magical, and we took it. We thought that might be important to someone.
Have you figured out what magic it has?
No, I just know that it's magical. Maybe you can take a look at it, and I don't know if you have that ability.
I mean, I don't know if I have that ability.
You know, as she thinks about it, I'll look over at Tallulah. Tallulah, you once told me that Rosalind taught you something. You can look at an item and see if there's been any kind of dark presence on there before, or something like that.
I have no idea.
Kind
what
of.
Is that a spell? Sorry.
I think she can do it like once a day. I forget the name of it, but it's like she can look at an item, and she has like some kind of like psychic link to it or something.
A psychic
Oh,
link to it?
wait, I could cast a spell to get more information about this item.
Okay. Can you do it on the walk as we're walking, or should we stop for a second?
Let me check. This might be involved. This is legend
Jeidobii,
lore.
What are you trying to get her to do with it? Because I'm looking at her stuff and I don't see anything that does that.
Well, I'll table it for now since we're unsure. It's fine.
All right, I need to get some incense and 4 strips of ivory, but and then it would take 10 minutes to cast, and then I'll have.
Okay, I'm not sure about your coffers, but our gold is really, really sparse right now.
I can cover the cost.
Okay,
Yeah, I have like 1,500 GP.
GP.
It is, yes.
Is that what they call it in the Fey War? They just call it gold.
Gold pieces.
Yeah, gold
Yeah.
pieces.
I'm
GP.
gonna cross my arms right now and look at Katie right in the face. Katie from Griffin Co. is just now following us.
Katie!
Just giving her a hard time. She probably just created the account. It's fine.
I love them all.
I know. Co. Judgment.
But okay, so we can stop by the store. I mean, it's on the way.
Yeah.
Let's go. We're gonna go to the store so she can get some incense and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just looked at her spells. I have no idea. The only thing that she does is she has a pack of blades, so she can make her blade come and go. But that's the only.
Solo, don't even worry about it, bro. Let's go.
Yeah. We have an alternative.
All
I think
right.
this is important. Yeah.
I guide her to where the shops are.
Okay. So I need to buy.
You going to the general store?
Yep.
Well, that if I can get incense and
Well,
ivory.
I mean, you were like right at the door to Satina's thing. Are you
We
doing
should
that
probably
first?
talk to her first. Yeah. Well, then
Well-
again, we are distractible fate,
I'm just
type,
asking.
so- but we are right there. So.
You know what? Let's talk to her first. Maybe we save you magic and money.
Although then again, Torque seems to be a little sleepy, so I don't know if we want Torque here for this.
Torque, you can wait outside. Don't worry about it. I know the atmosphere is different here, and Torque is more used to being, up high altitude.
As you two were kind of having this conversation, Denahi walks between Torque and Tallulah, pats them both on the shoulders, and turns them around, and they go towards the tavern. We'll meet you at the tankard.
Okay, bye. Save me a drink.
Are we annoying them?
Nah.
Nah, okay.
And I walk in.
Yes, they were totally doing that.
And who's with us right now? Is it us and
Styx is still following you, yeah.
Okay.
He's currently sitting on Greg as Greg is driving him around.
Wow.
What?
I love
do it. Don't judge. My back hurts.
I think it's cute. I walk in.
Okay, so as you open the door, it opens about a foot and then it's stopped. What do you want?
Oh, right.
Oh.
Hey, you.
No, not you again.
Yeah, it's been some time.
No.
How are you? Knock, 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 knock.
Who is it? Oh.
I have to talk to Satine. And yes, Cerise is here. And also we have Styx. And then, hey, Greg. Remember Greg?
Greg! You stole Greg. Oh, you're in trouble.
No, he followed us.
And he turns and he starts walking towards her office.
I turn to Cerise. I did not steal Greg. He followed us. I didn't know he was there until we left.
To explain to Cerise and other new people who are watching, Von Dahl Greybeard is a really old, grumpy dwarf that essentially opens the door for these guys. He kind of does work for Satina, but yeah. Anyway, so he walks through the giant empty corridor that really does nothing, and gets to her door and knocks and opens the door. And Satina, that druid is here, and he stole Greg.
Firstly, that druid has a name. I am Jeidobii, and I did not steal Greg. He hitchhiked a ride. I didn't know he was there until and then we left.
Well, that's not a very observant druid, now is it? Welcome.
There
back,
was a
Jeidobii.
lot going on.
Mm-hmm.
It's good to see you.
Hi, Greg.
Satina, this is actually you may have met already. This is Cerise.
Hello, Cerise. Yes, we have met before.
Yes. Nice to see you again.
You as well.
And also, that's Styx.
Hello, Styx. He just looks at her.
Gorgeous.
Hello.
So a lot's happened since I last left you, Satina. Might want to take a seat.
I'll stand.
I'll take a seat then. And I'll sit on like a stump or something. I don't know. So, just to fill you in.
Yes.
Victor has been doing a lot of things, but we recently have failed his sister, Rosalind, and I think she might be gone for good.
Interesting. Yes.
So that's good. And of course, Victor is extremely pissed about that, and he is planning his onslaught on the last standing Beacon City, which is Tydean. Yeah. We have 4 days in our time, but a little bit longer in the different wards. And the plan so far, it seems that his army is weaker when he is not present around them. So we think that maybe the night of the new moon, which everyone thinks he'll be attacking then, maybe while his armies are attacking the city and the city are fighting them off, maybe we take a group somewhere, maybe in the sunlight, I don't know. Maybe we kindle him in the sunlight. I don't know if that works. Anyway, we may be able to lure him away to kind of focus his energy on us and also weakening his armies on Tydean's side. That's roughly what we have.
So where do you plan on taking him then?
I have no idea, Facina. To the other side of the world, maybe, if possible, where the sun is still shining.
Interesting.
I don't know. And the way we're thinking of coaxing him is to really lay it on thick about his sister and how she might have been betraying him. Anything and everything just to get him away from Tydean. also, there was other bits of information. The werewolves, I'm not sure if you know, they don't want to be working for him, but they're cursed to. So hopefully once we kill him and break the curse, all the werewolves will be healed and free and not evil. Also, maybe the vampires will be gone entirely. There's a lot of domino effects that might be happening here.
So pretty much what you have for me is a bunch of question marks and no answers, is what you're telling me. So how can I be of service?
Well, I take out the armor. Satina, have you seen this armor before?
She rolls her eyes, she grabs the armor and sits down and kind of looks it over. The symbol looks familiar, but I have not seen this before. Or
Is she lying to me?
Inside check.
Because someone's got to fucking know what this shit is. Where are my die? There they are. Purple die with guidance. Natural 20! First one of the night!
And Torque isn't here. So, while you're doing that, I'm going to do...
Well, I'm doing the victory dance.
Do the victory dance as we have a Torque t-shirt.
Eric is here in spirit. He'll be back in a couple of minutes. He's just...
Exclamation point raffle in the live stream on Mixer only to enter in the Torque t-shirt giveaway. Right, and when we do that, go ahead and join our Discord as well to receive instructions to obtain your gift once you win. Also, make sure that you hit exclamation point claim to claim said giveaway. You must be present in the Mixer chat to obtain said giveaway.
Tell your friends so they can come and try to win.
Oh, just
hey, my man! I don't know if you saw this, Eric.
Give it away one.
Yes, we just hit a nat 20.
Yeah.
Do you remember what the nat 20 was even for? Because I don't.
The insight.
Hold
I'm
on.
hiding.
There we go.
Because someone's gotta know what the fuck this armor does.
She is telling the truth, by the way.
Okay. Well.
Sweet. So we're giving a shirt away. I love it.
Cerise, not Cerise, I'm sorry. Satina,
Yes.
do you happen to know of anywhere we can go to where we found this in the Fey Ward in the gift tower? Do you happen to know anyone we could ask that might know of this?
I mean, some of the older armor smiths maybe, but the symbol, it's one of those things where you feel like you've seen it before, but I'm not sure.
That was the same feeling I had.
That was the same feeling I had too. Is this thing cursed? Is this cursed armor of like forgetfulness?
No, I just kind of checked. It doesn't seem to have any magical properties.
It definitely has magical properties. It's magic armor. That we know for sure.
All right.
But thank you. At least we have a lead on where to go next, or at least I do. But also Facina, not Facina. I'm sorry. Your names are so close. Are you sisters? You could be sisters.
They could not be sisters.
I know.
She is Tave, for God's sake, Jeidobii. I am an elven woman.
Are you judging? You're not judging, are you?
Judgy McJudgerson.
Anything else I can do for you, sir?
Yes, there is actually. In the coming fray, I think I'm gonna ask you this before.
And perhaps maybe not be such a judgy bitch.
Good thing you're not here. She can't hear that.
Hello?
Why is my ear ringing? That's weird.
That is weird. Do you?
Maybe it's armor's curse.
Not when I'm taking a sip, man. Not when I'm taking a sip.
Do you have any forces that you could lend to us to face this coming fight on the material plane? We really need it. Anything and everything can help.
I can see what I can do if you just give me the word when you're ready, and we'll do what we can.
I will. Do you need anything from me, like location or
Yeah,
anything?
I need to know what the fuck you're doing, Jeidobii. So if your plan is to lure Victor and his army to Tydean, and then lure Victor away from his army and Tydean to some other location that you're not sure of, I need
Yes.
to know if you want the help at the city or the help with your location.
You got told.
I look at Cerise and Styx. I feel like we should have the help focused on Tydean.
I would
Okay.
agree.
It's the most pivotal
So once,
city. It's
once
the
you
last
figure
standing-
out where you are going to lure him away, and you let us know when you want us to strike, we will do what we can when we can. Just let us know when and what the details are.
I will. Also, we're planning on going to the water and the fire ward after this to try to get the last 2 elemental gems before this coming fray.
Good luck.
Thank you. Any information you can give us on the water and the fire?
No.
None at all.
Do you know who you're speaking with in the water ward?
DM, do I know? I don't think I know.
I mean, do you know?
No, I don't. I was just gonna kind of.
Sounds like this.
I was gonna. I
Oh,
was
we
gonna
won't sound like that because we're underwater all the time.
Go to Sidore, the city beneath the sea, and speak to Dokato.
Dokato.
He will instruct you on the next step of your druid quest.
Dokato.
I believe I know Ducato.
Yeah,
Or
you have met Dokato, yes. He is a water genasi.
Mhm. Yes.
Oh,
I relate.
where is Jessie? She would love this. I hope she's watching. Okay. Water genasi.
You have no idea. You will find out later.
Okay. Thank you so much. I'll look for her, him.
I said him.
Yes.
You are definitely an elf. We hate to repeat ourselves. Fair.
We do,
It's
but your
fair.
friend is very observant, and she will help you in your time of forgetfulness.
Thanks, Satina, for the confidence.
That's what we do. With hard love.
And Satina, I'm pretty sure I know the answer to this, but
Yes.
no, random Fey refugees showing up.
No,
Same old, same old.
No, child, I am sorry.
No, that's what I expected.
Don't lose hope, though.
Well, I asked, so there's that.
Yes.
I put my hand on her shoulder. Thank you, Satina, for all your help. I'll give her a bow. You know, I'm gonna try to, after I bow to her, I'm gonna like try to get a hug out of her.
The Satina?
Yes.
Do a deck save.
Oh, come on.
She just
Uh,
like
22 total.
What are you doing, Jeidobii?
I'm hugging you, Satina. This is love. This is how you show love where I'm from.
Never
Did she
understood
just-
you half elves.
Whoa, Satina, what was that?
Thank you.
Wow. Uh-huh. By the way, grandfather says hi. And I turn around and start walking out.
She looks, she looks down at Styx and Greg, where both are like looking at her.
Come on, boys, time to go.
See you later, Greg.
So wait, you stole Greg?
I did not steal Greg as we're like walking out.
And again, just imagine. So I'm not sure if you know what Greg looks like, by the way.
Big.
So he is like a stone golem dog. For lack
He's
of
like a
anything.
box, though. He's like a little square.
Well, no, he's rounded because he does roll around like almost like a critter, right? You know, like the little old '80s movie. But he's about the size of a dog, and then Styx is literally sitting on top of him. Like he's a little too big for Greg, but since he's a golem, he can carry him. So the two are just like walking, follow you, and all that.
Do his voice.
Yeah.
I love Greg. Yeah, seriously, I didn't even know he was with us until we were running from Gronasso from sheer death, and we were plane shifting. I don't even know where we went to, but he popped out of my bag out of last minute.
Yeah, you
going
jumped.
off the island.
The island that Gronasso is on, the entire party jumped off of it because you can't use you can't leave the island with magical means. So they all just freeform just jumped off the island, and as they were flying, Greg is like "Nah!" and freaking out, and then they plane shifted. It was fun.
So yeah, like it just kind of happened that way. Yeah.
Wow. So me and Greg have something in common, and I like hold out like a low five paw for Greg.
he had put your hand. He doesn't know what to do with it.
Nice.
I love it. All right. As I'm walking out. Bye, old man. It was good seeing you again. I'll see you soon.
Yes. What?
And I walk by.
Get. Greg, come back here now. Come back here this instant, Greg.
Greg is a free man.
Greg?
Thing. Elemental.
Greg, where did you go? He
And
stumbles after you.
as we're walking out, I start to head towards the blacksmith shop, the armor shop.
Yep.
But I look to the left and I see the castle quarter.
Mhm.
Let's make one last stop, guys. I'm gonna walk over to the castle.
So by guys you mean me and Greg and
Everyone I met.
Well,
Sweet.
everybody's at the tavern, remember?
yes.
Right.
Just want to
So-
be clear. Do you want to go? Do you want to go?
my friends, fellow friends.
You go get to work and deny.
No, we're not gonna. No, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay,
It's gonna be
cool.
quick. And I'm gonna walk over to the castle.
Okay, so you head over to Thorim Castle, and the last time you were here, it was just you and Boo, and the gate was, I think, open. Now you've returned, and the gate does seem to be locked.
Oh. Do I see a light by any chance coming from any of the windows in the castle?
Perception check. My computer's going fine.
Hey, Cerise, is there like perhaps a candle on or something in there?
The candle on and where? Sorry, what?
In the castle. Do you see any light in the castle?
Do I see any light in the castle?
You can do perception check too. Sneaky druid.
I'll wait to give my number until she gets there.
That's a 14.
I got a 20.
20. Okay. I mean, you both take a glance, and you don't see any light in the building at all.
I don't see anything. Is that normal?
Kind of. I'm not sure. The person who lives in this castle is the king of the city,
Lord.
although he's been lord of the city. Whatever, some kind of noble dude. And he's been a recluse for a while, but I thought it would be better by now. His family perished. Let's take a peek in there, shall we? I'm gonna shapeshift into a hummingbird.
Okay.
And I'm gonna zip over.
Okay. Wisdom saving throw. Cerise, are you going over
Oh.
the fence too?
I am like, this seems like a sneaking mission, so she like hangs back and is very startled and not prepared.
Okay. So just
She's like, watch.
just Jeidobii then.
What kind of save is this?
What the hell did I say? Wisdom.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me see. So that's gonna be a total of, where are you? There you are. 31.
31. As you cross the plane of the fence, you're instantly hit with this electrical energy. You take 9 points, which is halved from 18, of lightning damage, and you're thrown back about 25 feet. And the second, Cerise, you see this, he's a little too close to see this, but the second that he crosses that plane, you're very surprised. He's trying to go, sneak into this house. You watch as he hits this field, and once he hits the field, you watch as it goes, and you watch as this dome kind of covers the entire castle.
Jeidobii!
I'm kind of gnarled on the ground, kind of partially charred. Ow.
Cerise very cautiously approaches, trying to avoid what Jeidobii just smacked into.
That wasn't there last time.
So
Maybe we should.
As you're assessing the situation with Jeidobii and trying to figure out what to really do next, we're gonna go ahead and take our break.
Break time! Time for the bathroom!
So this is brought to you by Roll20. Go ahead and hit ! raffle to enter in the giveaway. So take your game online with Roll20, the virtual tabletop that runs straight out of your web browser. Everything that you need to play with your friends is ready at the click of a mouse. From click-to-roll character sheets to built-in video and voice chat. You can even upload your own maps and tokens. Get all that and more with your free basic account at roll20.net. Go ahead and click the link down below and tell them Ukodor sent you. ! raffle to enter in the giveaway, and we'll be back in about 10 minutes or so. See you all soon. Bye!
Bye.
welcome back. So, as we left, Jeidobii, in his... I can't remember what form you were in,
Hummingbird.
is charred on the ground after being deflected off of the shield. What would you like to do?
Jeidobii, are you okay?
I will be. Ugh. Yeah, that definitely wasn't there before.
No. Have I been to the keep before?
No. I mean, you're aware of the keep. His family, if lore reminds me, I think his family died, and he's kind of been in the keep by himself for quite some time.
Yeah. Nope. Never tried going into the keep before.
Can I knock on the gate? Like, is there like a gate latch?
No.
Well, what did you want to do anyway? What were you trying to...
I wanted to talk to the Lord in there. He thought that he had no family, but he actually has family on the material plane. The guardian of the gate to the Wind Ward is actually related to him.
Oh.
But
Well, that's
maybe
important information.
it is really. I thought it was, but I guess we'll just have to. I'll come back later.
No, I want to help you get in there. I mean, if anyone knew where my family was, I'd want them to try and get in there. God, what can I do though?
But do you, by any chance, have any kind of anti-magic magic? That's not a kind of
Like a dispel spell?
Yeah.
I don't think I learned that. It'll be a good one.
I'm open to ideas.
Okay, so there was like a dome that lit up when Jeidobii flew in there, right?
Say that one more time?
There was like a clearly visible dome that like sparks forever. Okay. Cerise is gonna try to Misty Step in past the where the dome was.
Okay. Go ahead and make a wisdom save for me.
Cool.
But I mean, she's not like when you Misty Step, you go to a different dimension, and you out of that dimension you pop back into the new dimension. So it's not like she's like not really passing anything.
I'm glad you're telling me how this spell works.
Well, you know, I tried.
That's a big 3.
A 3. So as you enter the space inside of the dome, you immediately hit the ground unconscious. You have 0 hit points.
Damn it!
No.
Why am I so reckless?
What is happening? Sticks, do something. Sticks.
That's the cold shit.
Let me think, because it's been a while. I need to pull up my character sheet. Hold on.
Okay. While Six is thinking, I'm gonna say,
Did any of you have dispel magic?
Oh wait! I no. You know what? I cast contingency on myself so that if I dropped below 10 hit points, I would regenerate would cast on me.
She did.
So
She did do
what's
that.
your hit points at now?
I think I have to roll this. Hang on, let me look at the description for
So while you're
regenerate.
doing that, so do that, and then you're gonna owe me another wisdom save.
Yep. Hopefully, I'll roll better.
Another wisdom save. Oh, yeah.
Wait, I have a question. So when she hit the ground and she went unconscious, did she go to 0 hit points?
Correct.
She did. Okay.
So
Okay.
when she did that, you saw this time, as she saw before, it's not just the dome around the space, but literally there's like flickles of electrical energy in the bubble. The
Flickles or
The
flickers?
entire bubble is this shield. It's not just a wall of stuff.
Oh my God.
I'm at 29 hit points, and then I gain 1 every
So you're back to 29?
6 seconds. Yeah.
Okay, make
And then another
wisdom
wisdom.
saving throw for me.
Do better, dice. 7.
You fall back to 0.
Okay, and so every 6 seconds I get 1 hit point for 10 minutes, so I'll be like...
She is really resilient. If I'm gonna try to open the door. Can I just maybe open it? I'm gonna try to just open the gate.
So the second you touch the gate, wisdom save.
This is ridiculous.
I'm so sorry. Should I make a wisdom
Why
save
do you
like
keep
each
trying
round?
this?
We're just gonna do this for a second, and then I'm gonna figure this out. I'm just trying to look at stuff while you're doing this.
But anyway, I went up to death save because
It's true.
That's gonna be. That's gonna be comes to a 27.
27.
Yeah.
You only take 1 point of energy, but it does zap you back. You're not unconscious. You're not prone. You're just zapped.
I'm gonna call for the guy. Hey, what are you doing in there? Hey, we need help. I'm gonna call to the Lord in the thing.
Okay. So you yell out.
I'm gonna. Okay. I'm gonna.
Hey,
like,
what are you doing?
while Styx is still figuring his shit out, I'm gonna meditate for like just a minute, just so I can get dispel magic.
That's
All right.
How much do you weigh, Cerise?
I weigh like 45 pounds.
Not even 50 cents.
I'm gonna allow this because it's me doing it. Oh no, I can't. Fuck.
What?
I can't carry more than 10 pounds. I was gonna try to mage hand you out of there.
Oh.
That's only 10 pounds though.
Okay. After I meditate and I switched and I got the gift of dispel magic, I'm going to. Well, I'm gonna. My tattoos are gonna start glowing like pink and purple as I focus my Fey magic, and I am going to cast Dispel Magic at 5th level.
What's the range on that?
What's the range? I'm like right in front of the gate. I'm like
What's
right.
the range of the spell?
Probably
Yeah.
6. You know what? Let me look. It's probably 60 feet, but let me look. Let's see what we got here.
You should totally fucking look.
Shut up, Eric.
'Cause
You said
in
look.
order to dispel the magic, you need to dispel the source of the magic, which means
Not true.
Right.
Not
So
true.
don't be such a dick.
I only have to dispel like any effect that I see within range. I don't
But
have to do
the
it on the
effect-
caster.
But for this specific thing, you would have not a caster, but there's a catalyst, something that starts this very dangerous spell.
I feel like you'd be changing the rules on me. All right, let's see.
Everything's situational. So this is not a spell. This is something.
It's 120 foot range.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast it at 5th level. Dispel it.
Hang on, let me pull it up real quick. It's the spell. I always forget spell magic. Is that a roll?
Well, if this is a 5th level spell or under, it just instantly negates it. But if it's a higher than the 5th level,
It's a higher than 5th level spell.
then I have to roll for it.
Okay.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
I always forget how it works.
I'm doing this. I'm doing this. Okay. What? Okay. So so that's gonna be 6, 7, 8, 9. So I rolled 9. What's my spell bonus? +6? Is it +6? Where is it? Where are you? +6. Yeah. I rolled a 19. So if it's a 9th level spell or under, it goes down.
Okay. So it goes down. You can't visually see anything, but you feel like it was successful.
Okay, so I wake up again.
Grasping vine. I'm gonna grab her out of there.
So if you recall, the fence is about 15 or 20 feet tall.
Okay.
I mean, as soon as I wake up, I would probably misty step again.
Leave.
Make a concentration check.
Okay.
Ooh,
See if
you
can.
can
I mean,
contain them.
you literally
Yeah.
faded in and out a few times. You're a little.
True.
Come back. Get out of there.
Oh, okay, that's a good roll. What's concentration? Constitution?
Yeah.
Just okay. 21.
21. So you kind of come to, and your eyes go big, and as you're like, oh, and then as you like start to cast Misty Step, please make a Wisdom saving throw again.
Oh.
What is going on?
Oh no!
I
Stop
just
trying
spelled-
to use the magic.
I dispelled a 9th level protection electricy thingy, and this is still happening? Do I understand what's happening?
You can do a Arcana or Intelligence check.
Hmm.
Yes,
And my
You know what? I'm gonna burn a
God.
inspiration die. Oh,
let me see.
That doesn't sound like happiness.
Did you fail?
10.
10. Okay. So as you're like coming to, you can see that she's not being zapped, and she starts to cast a spell. But then you see a wave, a bluish electrical wave coming from somewhere in the house, and it comes to the gate. Instantly, you watch her fall to the ground again.
Ow!
As she's doing that, Styx starts to cast a spell on the actual gate, and you watch as the gate, this metal iron gate, starts to turn bright red, and you watch as the bars actually start to melt away. So the actual gate is dissipating, like he's heating metal. So the gate is actually disappearing.
Okay, I rolled a 21 for
It's you've encountered similar things like this. It's usually like a trap of some sort, but this is something much different. It's a device. This is not it's a spell, so your dispel magic was able to dispel it temporarily, but the device is still active. It is still functioning, so it reset and then came back out.
and I see where this device is in the.
You do not see where the device is. When you cast dispel magic, it did dispel the shield temporarily. But this all happens in seconds.
Okay.
How far is she in?
You said 60 feet, I think.
What? No. I did
Ooh.
not specify how far I was in, to be fair, but
She
I
did
pictured her
not.
being like 10 minutes. I've pictured being within like 10 or 20 feet of like where I saw the dome.
Ah,
But I'm probably well in, but not like crazy far in.
right, but we can't just reach and pull you out.
Now that the gate is gone.
Well, before you do that, I'm gonna do something dumb.
Dum.
21 wisdom save. So you watch as Styx casts this spell, and you watch as the metal dissipates. You watch his form just kind of, not like Misty stuff kind of poofs. You watch as his form kind of just disintegrates.
Phases.
He appears in the area with Cerise, picks her up, and boom, comes back. But as he comes back, he hits the ground right next to you where you are, Jeidobii, and he falls unconscious next to an unconscious Cerise.
Oh.
Then I wake up after 6
You
seconds.
wake up after 6 seconds, yeah.
Oh.
So he dimension doored, grabbed her, and came back, but yeah.
Styx, wake up! Wake up! Healing word.
The fuck happened?
Oh, healing word. Okay.
What happened?
Why do I keep doing things that drop me?
Yeah, no, I didn't see that coming either. Thanks, Styx.
Okay.
You got it out of her.
You know, I really wanted to tell him about his family, but now I don't. I don't care
Yeah.
anymore. I tried. You know what? I tried really hard.
You did. You really did. And
She like throws up.
Oh, everyone's throwing up.
Yeah, Styx and her, like, he throws up, you throw up. Greg looks at both of you, and he throws up.
Everyone throw up.
Oh no, it's just reflexive.
And so far, the pie eating contest is a huge hit.
Meanwhile, Tallulah, Denahi, and Torek are sipping ale and having a relaxing time.
Ha 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 ha! Tell us another one.
Fuck this guy.
Out of frustration, I'm gonna like levitate like a rock, and I'm just gonna throw the rock at the house, just like.
So you
I
watch,
want to break a window.
you watch as the rock, it does clear the field and it explodes into nothing.
What does it hit? Anything?
Jeidobii, you have that fancy ring. Use that shit next time.
It's empty. It's not. I can't do it until the next dawn.
I thought
You know
we
what?
already said it was the next dawn. I'm so confused.
No, we said that we'd run out
I thought you
of
said-
charges from the same day.
It was a good.
Yeah,
It's a
I
good.
think that's left.
Otherwise, I would have done that. It's a very good idea, Styx.
Okay.
Well, I think we're done here. I
Maybe, do you have pen and paper? We could just like
think...
write a note, you
A
know?
paper bird. Do I have any?
You took
You
them
know
from
what, yeah.
Denahi last time.
Yeah,
You know,
I'll do it later. Yeah. Well, good idea. Go team, go! And I put on my hands for a high five.
Cerise, she does not. She's like puts her hands up, but she's like, Hey, I'm gonna heal myself a little bit, and she just
Yeah,
like slaps
take
her cheeks with cure wounds.
Take your time. And by the way,
Go back
guys,
to my tavern, please.
by the way, this never happened. We're not gonna tell the team about this, okay?
No, yeah, they won't be able to tell.
Not finished.
Yep.
I'm fine.
Me too. My back really hurts, and I'm gonna start making my way again to the armor smith.
Okay. How long did it take to rescue me? Do you think? That'll just affect
5 minutes,
Okay.
maybe.
5 minutes. Okay. So that's 10 hit points.
How
I get
long?
15 hit points from that.
How long does your regeneration thing last?
It lasts for 10 minutes, and I get 10 hit points a minute. I don't know what hit
Nice.
points are, but
Yeah, no, but it sounds fancy.
yeah.
Nice.
Why don't I have my? I'm so confused.
Hmm?
I'm looking for my my bardic inspiration stuff. Is that under features and traits? I have not played this dude in a long time.
I feel like it's either one under class feature
1d8.
or it's under limitation, the limitation thing.
So as you guys are walking to the tavern, he's sitting on Greg, kind of laying on Greg, with his like head to head. He's just, and he has his bagpipes out. So out of his backpack, he kind of pulls out a little siphon thing. And he blows on it, and once he does that, the pipes come out of his bag, and he starts playing really terrible bagpipes. But you get a D8 inspiration die, Cerise.
Okay. Cool.
The fairy girl almost died.
Yeah.
Want to go to bed.
Yeah, you asked for
And
this.
afterwards, I cried.
There you
Yes.
Oh, well then.
go. You are
It's a good
bard.
song.
I like it.
I am a bard.
I am a
Spit it in your
bard.
mouth. He's like,
Man, thanks for saving me. I really appreciate it. I died like so many times. It was like, alive, dead.
You did.
I mean, I was only mostly dead, but
Yeah, you just we all pass out sometimes. Denahi does it all the time. You can talk to him about it.
mm.
all right.
Are we
so-
back in the tavern? Or...
Oh, I'm going to the. I personally, Jeidobii is going to the armor smith.
So about this time, Tallulah, Denahi, and they grab Torque to try to meet you. Denahi calls you on the earpiece. Understand that you're going to the. Were you going to the armor smith? The brothers' armor, I think.
Yep, that guy.
That guy's.
Gimmer. So you get there. When you first get there, Cerise, as you walk into this the armor smith's space, you see lots of armor and weapons and things, and in the back you see what looks to be a very stout dwarf fellow, red hair, kind of banging on an anvil. As you come in, what do you guys do?
Hey, Gimmer, it's been some time. How are you?
What do you mean? This is Kilvar. Gimmert is next door.
Stop. You stop.
Stop what? Working? I'm trying to work and make money. What do you want?
You really don't recognize us.
You don't
Yes, I
have.
recognize you. You've been here before. Good
It's
customers.
just you, Gimmer. It's just you. We already know. It's just you. It's okay. It's okay.
What are you doing? What do you want?
I take out the armor from the cold bag of holding. Do you happen to know?
Your life is a lie.
The cake is.
Denahi goes and just says that to him, and he gets really sad.
Denahi, stop. Gimbert,
What?
do you happen to know anything about this armor, this plate mail at all? I found it in the Fey Ward in a Gith Yankee tower, and no one.
What the hell is a Gith Yankee tower?
They're a type of people. I don't know, but
What's a Yankee?
everyone who looks at it, it says it's on the tip of their tongue where this armor comes from, but they don't know anything. Do you happen to know?
Ascendant armor. I made it. Of course I know what the fuck it is.
It's a what armor?
Ascendant armor.
What
Does
is
that
you
jog
made?
my
This?
memory?
Was that?
Does that jog my memory of what this is?
A little bit, yeah. Ascendants are the essentially like the a department of the not the Lightbringers, of the I'm losing it because you guys are the Lightbringers.
Alliance of the
I love
Light.
it.
There we go.
What?
We'll need that form in triplicate, please.
The Alliance of Light. So the Alliance
Okay.
of Light is a group of spellcasters.
Mhm.
The Ascendants are essentially like a purebred fighters of that army, kind of.
The Alliance of Light were the original people on the Verdant Plateau who allied against.
Yeah, well,
or-
I mean, the Alliance of Light was not just the Verdant Plateau, but they all congregated at the Verdant Plateau to
Right.
try to banish Riha and fight Victor. And those were the
Yes.
spellcasters, and the Ascendants were like the Ascendants of Light, if you want to go that way.
Okay.
Were part of that group, but they were the paladins, the fighters, the clerics, like the actual like soldiers.
Got it.
Ascendants. Interesting. So wait, is this kind of like the garb of the Ascendants, or is this for a particular person for this armor? Do you remember? I don't know.
I made this a really long time ago. I don't remember what the fuck this is, or who bought it, or whatever. But yes, that's what this armor is.
How would one find the owner of armor? Would you know any magic of the sort?
No.
Actually,
Uh,
my magic might be able to help with that. The
Really?
Legend Lore spell is able to find out details about, things that I'm holding.
Is that what you need the ivory and
Mhm,
incense for?
mhm. If we want to go that deep on it, do we need to know?
I would really like to know. I feel like it's really important. I feel like it would lead us somewhere.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Gimmert, for your time.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. What? Gimmert. I'm gonna reach in the bag and I'm gonna take out 5 silver and I'm gonna put it in his hands. Thank you, Gimmert. I appreciate it. And your secret is safe with us.
Yes, of course. Go make sure to go next door and say hi to Gimmert for me. And he goes back. He starts banging on the anvil.
As we walk out of the store, Cerise, there is no brothers. I know it's a brother's store, but it's just him. He has like some kind of illusion magic in one of the stores to make it look like he's there too, as if they're twins. It's just him.
Yes, his brother died. Jeidobii.
Yeah. Who's saying this?
I don't know.
Okay.
One of
What
them.
the hell?
I can't remember if Tallulah was there or not, and that's what it started as, and then I can't remember.
Yep.
But
Well.
I'm sure you would have told her. So yeah, that was Tallulah.
Yeah. That one of his. Yeah.
His life is a lie.
Deny.
So is the cake.
Okay.
All right. So the last thing to do is go to the general store, get the essentials that we need, and then we'll be ready to pop dimensions.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm heading to the general store with her.
Yeah. We can maybe keep this one quick. Yeah, so I need 250 GP worth of incense. And then
So as you arrive under a rock general store, I can't remember if you guys were here before or not, but it's a gnome, male, roughly 40s. He's got dark hair. Hey! Why are you in here? What can I do for you?
we're here to buy things.
Oh,
Do you have incense?
You have money? Yeah, I have incense. I have all sorts of things. What can I get for you?
I'm looking for some very nice incense and also some strips of ivory.
Ivory. Yeah, Gerbil can get that for you. Anything else?
That's all I need. She looks around. Are there any toys in this store?
Yeah, he's got toys and trinkets and all sorts of.
Are there any aquatic shaped toys?
Investigation check. So as you're looking, he goes back in the back room and comes back, and he's.
Mm-hmm.
Did Eric freeze again? Is he doing that on purpose?
No, but he did say that it was dying. He messaged us.
So I think he knows when it's dying, and then he makes the face. And he goes away. I love it. He comes back. Yes. Here's your incense and the ivory and all the things. Yes, Gerbil can get anything for you. What else are you looking for?
Oh, nothing in particular. My investigation was 11.
There would be some fish-like toys as well.
Okay, are they like little if there's like a little hard shark statue, that would be just
They're
great.
like little chess pieces almost. So they are
Okay,
They are hard.
great.
Some are wood and some are made out of some other organic material.
Okay, she'll take like the hard ones and she'll be like, I also like these.
And so you needed a specific gold amount for those items, right?
Yes, yeah.
And then maybe another 10 silver for the toys.
Okay, great. So that is like it burns through a lot of my gold. So it's 250 worth of incense, and then the ivory strips have to be worth 50 GP each. So
yeah,
550 plus 10 silver. Okay.
Yep. Okay.
Um.
Can Garbo not go to get you anything else?
That's all for me. Do you need anything, Jeidobii?
The big one's
Thor?
very quiet.
No. Yeah, he's deep thinker talk.
Mhm.
No, I'm good, thank you.
All right.
How about we go to the ship and do the thing?
Yeah,
The
that sounds
ship,
good.
That's fine. What kind of ship do you have?
Should I? Do I feel like I don't know this guy. I don't know if I should say anything. Oh, it's well, you know what? You're gonna hear about it sooner or later. It's parked in front of your city. It's an airship.
Airship. Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
He immediately
Yeah.
grabs like a cloak and he bolts out of the door. Close the door when you behind you. And
I
just,
haven't picked you yet.
I start running after him. I'm gonna like close the store. Like I don't like what? I don't even work here. I'm gonna like run after him because that makes me nervous.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll follow.
Okay.
With the stuff.
Can you roll a sleight of hand check for Denahi?
Oh,
She would totally do it.
She is totally a thief. Let's see what we got. She got a natural 20. I am not lying.
That's amazing. So go ahead and write this down for her. She,
Oh my God.
In a matter of seconds, grabs probably 3 necklaces, 2 rings, and 5 trinkets.
Wow.
Nice.
Got it. Wow.
We're stealing shit for Denahi.
You're welcome, Anne. All right, and I'm running after him.
Okay.
I'm running after him.
As you all bolt out of the store, he's gone. Like he is already down the main thoroughfare. He is out the door.
This makes me nervous. I'm just running.
So
Yep, I'm flying.
As you guys catch up to where Gerbo went, you see him on the deck of the ship, and he's like looking at all the things, and he's really, really excited. And you see Trixie next to him laughing, and they're all giggling and laughing together. And yeah, he's just up there talking to her.
All right, since everyone's laughing and giggling, I'm gonna cool down.
He's
Think they know
like,
each other?
Trixie, are these your friends? These are your friends? Did you build that ship yourself, man? I haven't seen you in so long. It's since the last time you were here. Well, yeah, you know, we were doing all these things, and really
They're
cool about it."
related.
And then they're cousins, so like they go back and forth. I don't have the energy to do it. I started
Okay.
to do it, and I got out of breath immediately. But yeah, so they start going back and forth, and Styx is like, ah, fuck, and he turns and he goes down into the corridor. But yeah, they're just yapping.
Okay.
Oh. Well, while they're yapping, I'm gonna take a seat with Cerise. I think this is probably the best spot and time to do the thing.
Yeah, I think that's right. And so she like arranges a circle. She's like burning incense, sort of like circular around this, and it takes 10 minutes to set up. And she like arranges the ivory in a certain way.
And I'm helping her, like, because I'm really into that kind of like setting the stage for her, and I'm also gonna give her guidance. So I don't think this needs a roll per se, but
Yeah.
if it does, you can roll a d4.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't mention rolling for anything in this one.
Totally cool. It's a thought that counts.
What's up?
Yeah. So.
Okay. So what are you trying to find out? Is it you just get the answer, or does someone talk to you? I can't remember.
This is so okay. Actually, I guess that you don't even need the object, but the spell brings to your mind a brief summary of the significant lore about the thing that you named. The lore consists of current tales, forgotten stories, or even secret lore that has never been widely known. If the thing you named isn't of legendary importance, you gain no information.
Oh.
But the more, yes, if the thing you named isn't of legendary importance, you gain no information. I'm assuming because it's part of the Alliance of Light, it would have, but perhaps this particular armor does not. I mean, that'll be information in and of itself.
Roll a d20 for me. Straight d20.
Oh, okay.
Out of D4 for guidance.
Natural 20.
I did.
Hey!
I rolled 1 too.
Add your D4. Add your D4 guidance.
Well,
Well, no, it's just a straight roll, so we both have to roll again. But hey, guys, that was a 2020 in 2020.
Hey! It happened today.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you have to re-roll? Is that what's happening?
Right.
Roll.
Double or nothing.
Come on, Solo.
Another
Come
natural
on, man.
20.
Hey!
I'm not making this up.
I mean, I can pick my die up and do
That's
that.
true. I
I
should have taken a picture
No.
of it.
I rolled the other way. Doesn't matter. All right. So I'm gonna send you some info via
Okay.
Discord.
Oh.
I gotta find you in Discord then.
Private information. Okay.
Well, it's you know what? No, fuck it. I'm just gonna say it because you're gonna tell them anyway. So
Yeah.
as you download the information, because it wasn't just the chess piece, because I would assume Jeidobii brought out the other piece.
Yeah,
as well.
the sword and all the other stuff. Yes, it's
'Cause
out
it
there.
was chainmail.
I don't remember. There's a shield. There's a
Yeah.
rapier. I think there's a long sword. There's like
Yeah.
plate.
So
or whatever.
He brings out. I think Denahi has it, or you can find out specifically. I can't remember right now. But the armor, the shield, and everything is connected.
Okay.
The owner of the armor is part of the Ascendants of Light. The commander and founder of the Ascendants of Light, by the name of Warwick Lightbringer.
No!
Oh, no.
No!
No.
Shut up!
Oh my god. Jeidobii. There's this huge... He was a Lightbringer? Oh god, that's so twisted and ironic.
What else do you know? What else? Keep concentrating.
How much information can you get?
Okay, the more information you already have about the thing, the more precise and detailed the information you receive is, so we had almost nothing. Aside from that, it was about the Alliance of Light. The information you learn is accurate, but might be coached in figurative language, for example, if you have a mysterious magical axe.
So,
but yeah.
I can give you a little bit more because I think the spell is specifically designed for if you don't have anything. Like, you have all these items, so you're very, very connected.
Right.
So, Warwick Lightbringer, which is also funny that you guys had that's
We've already talked to him.
Name is Lightbringers, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which this is something that I had written in lore before, which is funny that when you all started pushing it, and then Barakabu was like, and then whatever. Anyway, so no one knew that. So he was one of the first Lightbringers. He is from the Verdant Plateau. He is the one who started to... He's the person who started this movement to get Riha out of here. He was there when she landed. He sensed her corruption. He was a paladin. He sensed her corruption deeply, deeply rooted from back then. Shortly after, because Victor, if I remember correctly, I could be wrong, but Victor didn't create the werewolves until after she was pushed out of the realm. So once she was pushed out of the realm, Victor snapped. So Victor and Rosalind essentially didn't really kill a lot of people, because there are other cities in the Verdant Plateau, but the actual main city was kind of left alone because there was a lot of people and they weren't super powerful then. But once Riha became, so essentially when the Alliance of Light and the Ascenders of Light, or the what did I say? I already forgot.
The Ascendants.
Ascendants, excuse me. When the Ascendants of Light and the Alliance of Light pushed her out, they actually fucked up. What they should have done, and he realized this, is they should have killed her then, because by banishing her from this plane, she ended up in a place where she grew stronger, which then she became the goddess of darkness. She wasn't a god at that point.
Mm-hmm.
She was just like a fallen angel, essentially. So they created this monster, essentially. So, yeah. So once that happened, then he and Victor got stronger because she was stronger and their connection was strong. So at that point is when Victor, ascended on that city and just destroyed a lot of the Alliance of Light and the Ascendants of Light, and made most of them werewolves.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Holy cow. Oh, I guess the one other thing that I'd love to know is what magical properties this does have, if I am granted that, since it is. We should have asked the armor. He probably.
It does have several. The armor itself does have several magical properties. It's +2, and the weapons are +2, or some of them. One of them is a +3. There are some other abilities that you weren't able to identify in that moment, but there's a lot of like extra radiant damage. There's it was made for a paladin to destroy darkness, is what it was made for.
Damn. So I would tell you that too.
Yeah.
Dang.
Wow.
Do you think this will fit anyone that we have?
Well,
She, like,
Denahi-
holding No.
As she's holding it up to me, I'm just kind of talking. You know, Denahi it has one of this set came with a dagger that Denahi actually has. So, wow. We'll keep it for him. Maybe once everything is over, we'll keep it for him. Yes. Jeidobii is just like having a moment. This is huge.
Yeah, this is huge.
Okay.
I'm so happy.
Good.
That we've learned all of this, or that we're just so excited about learning it.
Jeidobii knows, like, I always put all sorts of shit out there, and you guys are like, yeah, we'll throw it in the bag, and you never fuck with it again. And, like, I'm like, alright.
God, I rolled natural 20s on this.
And I look at Cerise. Well, Cerise and Jay doing it again.
Heck yeah.
Face squad. I don't know. We'll make it. We'll think of a name. We'll think about it. Oh well.
If you look like that, we should pull a card. No, I'm kidding.
No.
What? Who said that? No.
Stop it. And there goes Infectious. Sit down. Sit down, sir. Okay, well, Jeidobii's gonna take this
He
time.
helped me make that item, so I know why he's excited.
Did he?
Yeah, he was. I did it on stream. We did it live. Dominic helped too.
Wow.
But Blue as well. Like, everybody was helping modify things and make that item. It was fun.
Just Mr. Chaos. Okay, so after our the mini celebration, because it took like how many sessions to figure this shit out? Jeidobii is going to begin to meditate and get his spells ready so they can plane shift.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
Actually, if I could have
Go ahead.
a little more time, I just want to recast my contingency. But you can sweet.
Sure.
While you're getting ready, I'll do that.
Yeah, so
Okay.
you take some time, however much time you need to do all
10
that.
minutes.
We'll call it the end of the day at Earth Ward Day 2. Remus walks up, and Styx is still there too.
Oh, right, he's here. Right.
Sir, if it's all right, I'd like to at least come with you, or potentially have someone else come with you as well, just to give you some backup. If that's all right.
Well, thanks, Remus. I think a lot of us might be actually able to take this journey. But yeah, no, I'll definitely.
I don't want to leave the boat unprotected, but myself, maybe Styx will go with you. I mean, it's up to you. It's your choice.
I look at Styx. Are you bringing that bagpipe if you go?
I mean, I have to. I'm a bard. But I don't think I can play a fucking bagpipe in the water.
Yes! I mean, no! Oh, that's
you
unfortunate. No, it's unfortunate. I love your music. Okay. Yes, Remus, I'd love to have you at my side. Hold up, wait.
Make up more song Sticks, and she like.
Do I feel any? Do I feel like he's being sincere, or do I feel like
you
there's
can do
something
that
dark
check if you
happening?
want. Essentially, he's offering help with a fighter or a bard warlock. That's essentially what is going on right now.
Oh, it's either or.
Yeah, because one of them's gonna stay back because there's not a lot of fighters, and you don't want to leave Trixie to her own devices. And it's just
Very
Rydell and then the regular crew. So it's Rydell, Remus, and Styx.
All right, so insight is going to be a 31.
31. Yeah, I mean he's kind of taken lead as far as combat precautions go, because he's probably the most qualified for that. Remus, by the way, Cerise, was one of their guards at their manor in the royal quarter or whatever in Edak, upper steps. His brother died. I don't remember who had Barakabu's rat. I think maybe he got his rat back. I can't remember.
Can you remind us how Remus looks?
He actually looks a lot like me, I think, if I remember correctly. I felt like he was tall, but he had a short beard, and his hair was dark but kind of slicked back.
Human?
Yeah, he's human. Sarandorn, but he's human. Sarandorn are the ancient race of humans.
Yes.
Remus, how are you at swimming?
You can keep up. Better
Great.
than most.
You're hired again.
Did you fire me?
No, it was a joke. I'm gonna look. I'm gonna look up. Oh god, I'm gonna look up at Trixie, who's probably still in the conversation with her cousin.
Mm-hmm.
Hey Trixie.
Yeah.
So we're about to be off to the Walter Ward. I may have to step off the ship or so I don't take everyone. But I wanted to ask you if you wanted to come, if your ship was able to be underwater, be submerged completely underwater.
No, thank you. No, thank you. I'm gonna be well, I'm sitting here talking to my cousin, and I'm trying to figure out other things that we can do to prep for this fight. So we're gonna start adding things to the ship.
Okay, no problem. I'm gonna lean over to Styx. Please make sure she doesn't do anything too crazy.
Oh, why do I have to do that shit?
I know, because we trust you so much, Styx. And I'm gonna start walking away with the team. All right, guys, I'm ready to go whenever you are.
Okay.
Yep. All right. I
So,
cast contingency.
The
so
five
I'm
of you, Greg stays on the ship.
Greg, no, I want Greg to come.
You want Greg
I
to
got
go to
Greg.
the water ward?
Yeah, why
This
not?
might be rocks and water. I mean,
This isn't
water's-
Pokemon.
But
Greg, you don't like water?
He turns into a ball and rolls back, and then pops out like a popple.
okay. Oh god, he's so freaking cute. All right, I'm gonna walk over. All right, buddy, you can stay here. It's okay. I'm going to walk up to Styx. Styx, take care of Greg first. He doesn't want to go in the water.
He kind of nuzzles up to Styx. Alright, I guess I can do that. Stop it.
All right, and we leave the ship. I'm gonna be like a good. I want to be like a good 50 feet away from the ship, so there's not like any kind of cross power.
Sir,
Yes. Huh? Yes.
be careful, sir. And come back to us.
I promise. Keep them safe for us, please.
I'll do my best.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go 50 feet away with the crew. So it's gonna be the crew and also Remus, yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
Not the crew, but like your party. And
My party,
yeah,
sorry.
So the
That's
six
what I
of
meant.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
All right. Well, everyone hold hands.
Okay.
And I will.
are we all dressed appropriately? What? Okay, out of character question, because I presume I would know this. What happens to like pulling things out of a bag of holding underwater?
I think magic. I think it's fine.
Okay, it's fine.
You know, like when you're swimming in water, it comes out as your movement is halved unless you have some sort of proficiency or something about you that helps with that.
Yep.
Holding breath is your constitution. So if it's a +3, you have 3 minutes of holding your breath. Like +3 minutes of holding your breath. That kind of stuff. And swinging, if you're swinging melee, you might have disadvantage depending on what kind of weapon you're swinging and so on.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. And as we're all holding hands before we go, like, so since I don't know entirely where we're going, I'm gonna go ahead and do this now, and I'm going to cast water breathing on all of us. Oh, actually, Denahi, take out Nico so he can get this too.
Nico?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The Phoenix.
Yeah, she pops him out.
All right. Just in case. I know we can't like blaze underwater, but and I'm going to cast water breathing on all of us.
How long does it last?
24 hours.
Okay.
I
Can
can
cast this on the ship, or is this too much of a last minute decision?
too much of a last minute decision. We're moving.
Yeah.
So all of us gets water breathing. It lasts for 24 hours. I could have done it as a ritual to save a spell slot, but whatever. I'll leave us. It's fine.
Okay.
And I should as I cast this, Cerise, you're watching me cast for the very first time. Kind of like this blue aquatic ring, kind of ripples through the circle and like touches everyone's neck, and you grow very sleek gills, and they like close shut, so like it's smooth to the touch, but when you breathe them, that's when they start like, you know.
Cool.
Just in case, I don't know if we're gonna go to the city or if we're just gonna go near the city, so better safe than sorry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And I will plane shift us to the water ward.
Please roll a d10.
Oh god, I forgot about this part.
Yeah. Too bad you didn't talk to your friend who's been there before.
Well,
Too late now. Just letting you know.
she did tell us about the city
I have told you about the city.
and how,
But
so I'm gonna
you've
focus
never-
on that.
You've never been there, but yeah, you can roll a d10.
Okay. All right, here we go. And I'm thinking of this city underwater.
Kraken Cove, Kraken Cove, Kraken Cove.
Stop. I rolled a 7.
7. Okay.
Uh-oh.
So as your bodies kind of get that jolt with this plane shift, immediately you're instinctually, just like a child or a baby that you put into the water, instinctually just holds their breath. You hit that wave, and instead of air just like hitting your face and flying, instantly you're hit with rushing water, and your bodies rush through this water almost like you're in the middle of like a maelstrom, and you come out and you're floating now. And as the spell ends and you're around each other, even if you have dark vision, it's really hard to see. It is pitch black. You are floating in the water. You do not see any light anywhere. You have zero clue where you are in this moment.
Cerise?
But are we breathing?
Does water breathing allow you to talk? I can't remember actually.
Yeah, it does.
Technically, you can use your ear thing anyway, so it's fine. I'll because your ear thing is kind of like just the reverberations of your mouth speaking.
Oh, the ear cuffs.
Yeah.
Cerise, I take it that we're not in the city?
That would be correct. The city is much better lit.
All right. Any idea where we could... Oh, you've never been outside the city.
I have never been outside the city.
Great start. This is a great start. Fantastic.
But no, never mind. Just kidding. I was gonna say, I'm planning on learning teleport. No, I have learned teleport. I've learned teleport. I know teleport. And now that we're on the same plane, it can probably take us there.
Can you explain teleport to me?
So teleport, the spell instantly transport you and up to 8 willing creatures of your choice that you can see within range, or a single object, blah, blah, blah. If you target an object, blah, blah, can't be held, unwilling, okay. The destination you choose must be known to you, and it must be on the same plane of existence as you. Your familiarity with the destination determines whether or not you arrive there successfully. The GM rolls a D100 and consults the table. So I don't have an associated object, so there's like, if it's very familiar, then there's like a 75% chance of getting there.
Do you just speak it?
It does have a verbal component.
It does?
It does have a verbal component, yeah.
Yeah, so you won't be able to do that.
Mm.
Wait. What do you mean? We can talk underwater, remember? What's going on?
With spell casting, I would say no. Like, you can talk to each other because of the earpiece. you have underwater breathing, but you do not have underwater like speaking. So I would say any verbal spells would not work.
That's weird.
Well, I mean, because you can't say it has to be like if you're casting a spell, you have to be able to say it perfectly. If you say it a little wrong, then the spell doesn't work. That's my interpretation of it, anyway. Right? I mean,
We just, you know, the GM is always right.
so I will, just to make it fair.
Mhm.
Where the fuck is my D100? That's the question.
Of course, now that means we're really and truly host.
Make me roll a D100. How many times have you been there?
That's a great question. I think I have probably been there. I would think like probably somewhere around 10 times, maybe. That would be, yeah, maybe
Okay.
like.
And then I just roll a D100, and then the number dictates what happens.
If I cast teleport.
39. Where's the chart?
So it's in the teleport spell. So this is probably seen casually, right? It's either so there's.
If you've been there once, you've been there once, right?
Mhm. So yeah, it's so the familiarity is very familiar, seen casually, viewed once,
Nice.
or I'm going off a description, right?
Got it.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
viewed once. Mishap.
I think,
What is mishap mean?
mishap. The spell's unpredictable magic results in a difficult journey. Each teleporting creature takes 3d10 force damage. And then the GM re-rolls on the table to see where you wind up.
Okay. 10, 1, 7. 18 points of force damage.
To who?
Everybody.
What's going on?
I'm sorry. I thought this would help. Are you screaming for everybody?
Hang on. So what did I say? 18?
Yes, you said 18.
Okay, so I need to do this 3 times. And
Do
Nico,
we-
I would imagine Nico went back in once you cast it.
Yeah.
Just
We
for-
rested after we got it.
Yeah. I just
Did we
have-
rest after?
I just have to do
do-
this for Torque, for Denai.
Yeah, we
and
totally
for
rested.
Tallulah. Damn, Torque has 180 points. Jesus. He's a tank. Alright, so now what happens?
Yeah.
I have to roll again?
Yes.
Or no, I just decide where you go?
It said to roll again, and that you could get multiple mishaps, and this could stack. So,
Or I decide, or you said something
Or
where
you-
you decide? Okay,
So is
Yeah,
this like
I'm already-
is this like a continual like teleporting
So,
that we're doing?
just for expediency or whatever that word is.
Yeah.
As you cast the spell, you all get you have to get really close. I'm telling you, like,
Yeah.
if you have what's everyone's dark vision?
60 feet
60 feet.
from me.
what
So
is my dark vision?
if your dark vision is 60 feet, you have to be within 30 feet to see anything. It's like even past the dark, right? Like you
Mhm.
can see very like because the water and the reflections and everything. So you just get into a nice little huddle. You all speak. You're kind of still because you hold hands when you do the plane shift anyway. So you're holding hands at that point to make sure that you do something like that. So you get close, and as you cast the teleport, you feel like the rush of the force of the teleportation. And because you're in the water, you can't really discern like what's going on, but you're actually being forced down. So your body, the centrifugal force, you feel like your stomach is going up to your chest, and boom, you hit the ground. You take that force damage, and you hit the deck. Perception checks for everybody.
Hit the deck?
Like you hit the ground, so you hit like sand and mud
Okay.
and things.
Perception check. Here we go.
I'll roll for everybody else, just so you guys don't have to worry about it.
Okay, I swear I'm not lying, but this is another natural 20.
That's amazing.
Hey, let's see what I got.
Tallulah got a 19, Torque got an 18, and Denahi got a 20, natural 20.
21.
Okay.
21.
So everyone, as you hit the ground and you look around, you see bits and pieces of ships. Cerise, please make a history check.
No, I'm gonna like put a fail. Pretty close. I rolled a 2, but that's still a 14 because
14.
I have.
Okay.
There's
Uh,
ships on the
With the
water,
14,
right?
you are currently, there are 2 locations in the Water War that have shipwrecks. One is the Ghostly Vanguard, which is essentially consumed with ghosts and ghouls and things like that. It's a very possessed ghost ship that sunk, which is nowhere near the other location, which is just the Shipwreck Cove or Shipwreck whatever. The shipwreck area is west of the city, but again, you don't know directions, everything else. But you could be in one of 2 locations. But you rolled a natural 20, so we'll say that you kind of checked the surveying area, and there are more than one ship in this location, so you can best discern that you are in the Shipwreck Cove and not the Ghostly Vanguard.
Okay, I let them know.
Neither one of those sound good, actually, Cerise. But I'm glad that we're not in the other one.
Me
But,
too, I think.
Oh,
Do I know?
Remus. Okay, Remus. How much was it? 18 points? I have to make sure.
Yeah, 18 points
I
of
forgot
force
he was with
damage.
you. Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
I'm sorry, Cerise, you were saying?
Oh, yeah, I think this one's better. Do I know where it is in relation to the city?
It's west of the city, but again, you don't know which.
Which way's west?
Yeah, you don't know which way.
Do I know how
east.
far the city is?
I mean, it could take you several hours if you were swimming in the right direction. It could take you several hours to get there.
Okay.
So this is what I can offer. Now I can't do it today. Wait, DM. When we left the Earth Ward, you said it was end of day, right? It was like basically like we spent a day there, and now it's the end of the day.
Yes. So it is end of the day now in the Water Ward.
Okay.
So you don't get the effects of a long rest. If that's what you're.
Right. So this is what I'm thinking, guys.
Yeah.
I can't right now, but tomorrow, once we rest, I will be able to take on a gift of a path, like a location path, that can take us right toward the city, and we could just follow the path there, no matter how long it could be. I can do that tomorrow. I can't do that today. Any other options?
So Denahi looks at you and you want us to sleep down here? She's like very not doing okay.
Other options. You know, we don't know which way to go. I don't know which way is north. There's no sun.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at their spells right now just to make sure.
Okay. But yeah, that's the only thing that I can. That's the only thing that I can think of is to make a path for us tomorrow.
Yeah,
I can plane shift us.
Who?
Denahi?
Go
So
back.
where?
Lord?
I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there.
Well, it's good to know. That it is good to know. Keep that in our back pocket. But we're not.
I
using
don't
that
know
now.
how this technically works, and let me look it up first. You guys keep talking. She's
Okay.
thinking.
Okay.
I mean, in the things that we can do tomorrow category, we could call for help. I do know people here who might be able to help us out. Maybe.
That is a good idea. We can do that as well.
Mhm.
And that-
Or maybe, what if we might even be lucky? Because I've met, what's his name? Dokuto. Zakato.
Uh-huh.
So I could call him and be like, hey, you know, just,
You can do an intelligence check for me.
me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
So I can't find it, but I'm going to put this out there for you guys and for the chat if anyone wants to chime in. I'm trying to find out if there's any rules or anything about a phoenix being lit underwater, because it's a magical creature and this is a familiar phoenix, so it's not even like a real phoenix. I feel like it should be able to still be lit on fire because it's magic, but I don't know, and I've never had a ruling on that, so let's put our brains in there. What was your check?
18.
18. I mean, you could, in theory, call him, but again, you can't speak underwater.
But we
So
you
how are
mean
we
with
talking
the
to each other right now?
The earpieces.
We're talking with the earpieces.
Yeah.
right? But that
Okay.
similar magic wouldn't apply.
Remus isn't hearing
So
anything.
Remus has no clue what we're talking.
He's freaking out.
We're good. I'm just gonna be like, we're good.
Blah, 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 and he's like, bubbles, bubbles, bubbles. Perception check.
Okay. $15 for me.
15.
25 for me.
25. Oh god, I gotta roll it. Let's do this. Can you roll, Lizzie? Can you take over Tallulah? Jeidobii, can you take over Denahi? And I'll do Torque.
Yes.
Okay.
So just to let you know, Denahi. I can tell you what her pluses are. One second.
I have her. Don't worry about it. I have her.
I think I can find them.
Okay. Perception for Denahi. She got a 0. She got a 5.
5. So Tallulah is +0 for perception.
Okay. Wait.
We
That's
should.
not.
Well, that's gonna be
What?
really easy.
Torque got a 16.
Tallulah rolls an 18.
18. Okay. So Tallulah and Cerise, you see a very faint shape, maybe 60 feet or so away, and it kind of, you see something move.
Did you see that?
What? See what?
There was something moving over there.
Really? I squint in the area.
Oh, what
I
am
don't-
I don't know who I was looking at. Tallulah has +17 to perception.
I thought so. So she had. I was like, doesn't she have like craziest perception out of all of us? Okay.
And she has dark vision of 150 feet.
Dang.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. So 18 plus 17.
Yeah, so she sees something she sees a very big shape move through the water. She was not able to discern what it was, but she saw a very large shape.
Okay. Well, let's maybe, as we're thinking, take refuge in one of these ships for safety, and then we'll talk.
Yeah. Let's get out from the open.
I'm gonna look at Remus, like follow, and I'm
That
gonna, and I'm going to swim to a ship, like and like trying to like.
Hey, you're right next to one, so you're on the ground.
Oh.
So you swim to the
Perfect.
ship, and
Yep.
you get into like the belly of a ship.
Yep.
Everybody roll a stealth check.
Oh. So
Pass without a trace. At +10.
Stealth check for Tallulah is +8.
okay.
Denahi is +4.
So Tallulah got 14.
Okay.
I got a 22.
+3. 32 for Denahi, and for me, I got a 26.
26. Okay. Remus rolled a natural 1.
Oh,
So as you all swim into the space, he kind of swims too, and his foot gets clipped by what looks to be a great white shark, and it grabs him just for a second. Perception checks for just you two, because we don't need to worry about everybody else. Just you two. It's way too time consuming to roll for 6 people.
Okay. Perception, you said?
Yeah.
15.
15.
13.
13. And you roll both a nature check, or
Ooh.
maybe nature check, because you want to know what the creature is.
Well, that is a 28.
28.
I got, because my nature is super high, 20 total.
20 total.
Yes.
Okay, so you watch as Remus kind of swims, and like the back of his boot, you see this great white shark, which is that form that was swimming through the water. Grab the back of Remus. He screams. You watch his eyes open up, and the bubbles shoot out. And he's grabbing, and Torque grabs him, and he starts pulling them. And as he does that, and you both are like, "Oh shit!" And you go to try to help. You watch as this large mouth. Great white sharks are huge, 25, 30 feet. You watch as something else comes by and just eats the great white shark and swims by. As it does that, what was your roll, Jeidobii, for the check?
20.
20.
Nature.
there's always a bigger fish.
Aboleth walked.
Oh no!
Just ate that shark and just kept going, and you watch as all the tentacles and tendrils of the back of this aboleth swims away. Just ate the shark and then moved on.
No, go. Get to the ship now. No, get to the ship. Everyone to the ship. We must bring your ass. And we're going to the ship.
Yep, so you all make your way. What's going on my camera right now? Fuck you, camera. So yeah, you make your way to the back of the ship.
Yep. Oh, I could try teleporting us again, but this seems maybe like a bad idea.
So now you are hiding in the back of the ship. Now, to describe the ship, you're deep into the ship now. You are, 30, 40 feet in the back of the hull. Probably like used to be the captain's quarters. You look around and you don't see. There's cracks and splits in this wood, but you're relatively protected from this aberration that is swimming around out there.
Mm-hmm.
That is not good. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but that is not okay. Aboleths are not. Oh god.
Is Remus bleeding? Did he lose a leg? Like what's?
He just got clipped. He took a little damage.
Okay.
But yeah, it was literally simultaneous. The shark let its guard down, did the eye roll thing to do the tack for. I don't know if you know that great white sharks roll their eyes back, so they technically become blind when they go to bite you, just to protect their eyes. Like,
Okay.
it's a weird thing that they do. I don't know.
I trust you.
I think I've seen Jaws. I don't know. Anyway, so but
Okay.
as it does that, the aboleth grabs him. So it would, some of the teeth. It didn't bite down, but it did catch it enough to scare the shit out of him. But he's okay.
Okay.
I did not expect to see that here. Oh, that is no. No. Aboleths are. They're like they're like alien things with tentacles. They're not. They're not actual beasts. I don't know, and they have psychic powers. I've heard gnarly stories. No, just no.
And they're about 200 feet long, give or take.
They're about 200 feet long, give or take, and it's a big no. So
Yeah. Okay.
Hopefully you didn't see us. I think we're good. I think we're okay.
Well, we're just too small to be interesting.
I hope so. Okay, so as we were saying, I said that I could do a thing tomorrow. You said that you want to teleport. You want to try to teleport again? Did you have
No,
anything
I
else?
can actually do it again today.
Okay. Denahi, you said you were thinking on something that you may be able to do. Did you have any?
Well, I was trying to figure out if I could bring Nico out so he can illuminate the area, but that would also just put a target on our back. Yeah, that's no good. And I don't think he would survive. I think it's too cold down here. And you all are very cold, by the way. Like
Cool.
Oh, I start taking out. This probably won't work, but I'm trying. I'm gonna take out like all the furs that Denahi made for us. Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna wrap them around everybody, even though they're like soaked in water now.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
Pretty much.
But I don't wrap myself because you see that Jeidobii is completely unbothered by the cold.
Sure.
The cold never bothered him anyway.
We'll just let that go.
Jeidobii, make an intelligence check.
Okay. All right. So this is a intelligence check. That's gonna be a plus. Where are you? There you are. 25 total.
25.
No. I'm sorry. 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. 27 total.
27 total. You have an item that protects you when you sleep.
I haven't used it in so long. Yeah, you're right. Also, guys, I just remembered something out of the blue. I take out like this kind of like pebble kind of rock. I have some protections for us as we sleep, and I throw it on the ground.
Okay. Do a athletics check for fun.
Oh, it might float. Hold on. Athletics check. Let's see. I think I have like a +1 to athletics, so that's gonna be a 10 to No, I have 0. 9 total.
Did I ever make the item?
Nope.
Okay.
We just do it by word.
As Jeidobii, he throws the pebble, and it floats kind of, and it does hit like one of the beams inside of this ship. And as it does that, nothing happens initially, but then all of a sudden you feel this surge of energy. You all hit the ground. The water is pushed out of this space. You all take 16
I didn't know it
points
did.
of bludgeoning damage, and it's kind of Mod Podge in the back of this deck, but there's a fire, there are tents, there's a chicken cooking on the tent, and there's no water in this space as you cast. Can't remember the name of it, but essentially it's a instant campsite. But I mean, you can make a pretty good guess that it makes like almost an extra planar bubble inside of this space. So you're no longer cold. You're wet. You're soaking wet, but you're no longer cold.
So I didn't know it could do all that, but Cerise, this camp here, it's invisible generally to the eye, and it muffles sound, so we're protected.
Well, that's nice. And she like falls forward on her, like belly flops onto the ground. I feel really bad right now. Really bad.
Yeah, everything hurts. I'm sure it's gonna get better.
Yep.
I'm just gonna I don't know, go by the fire, kind of warm off, probably take a chicken leg, start eating that. All right. Well, I suggest we rest up because I am extremely tired and hurt, and I do have a point of exhaustion, so hopefully I can get rid of that too.
Maybe I should have sent somebody else.
Remus, welcome to the team. Welcome to the team. I'm glad to have you.
Mm-hmm.
much more exciting than watching over a mana, right?
Sure. Sure. He just lays in one of the things.
Okay.
Perception checks. Well, you know what? Who wants to do first watch?
Not me. Torque will do it.
Okay, I will. Alright, so through Torque's watch, nothing seems to come near you. I mean, he might tell the next person, but you do see some fish. So essentially it's a translucent bubble where creatures can't necessarily see in. However, when you're in the deepest dark part of the ocean and there's a little bit of light, so there is like a slight glow to the bubble. So Torque does see some fish. It's kind of curious with the light. And then every once in a while the fish scurry away, but nothing big or dangerous shows up. So who wants to take a second watch?
Tallulah.
Hey, we both got more messed up than the other two today.
We did a lot of stuff. It's time to sleep.
So same thing for her. Which one of you two would like to take the third watch?
I'll take it. You have a point of exhaustion.
True. Well, I mean, either way, you'll get it expended.
Cerise was really hurt today, like extremely so, like a couple of times. I'm gonna let her sleep. All right, and I'll take the third watch.
You gonna take the third watch? Perception check.
And any fish that come by, I would like to say hi in fish language.
Can you talk out?
Well, that's a natural one.
It muffles, doesn't it?
It muffles sound. So never mind. I'll talk to myself.
Sure.
It's a natural one. I rolled a natural one on that.
Okay. So your watch ends with no issue. We'll say now this is what we say. This is the next day.
Yeah.
So this is technically day 3 in the plains. We'll call it that. But you're in the water. Okay.
Sounds good.
Is there anything, Cerise, you want to do to prep for this day? Are you gonna do that with your character sheet and all that jazz?
Yes. Let me think if there's.
Next week.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So she was recast, regenerate, and that's in the notes. The regenerate contingency. She did that yesterday. I don't know if there's anything else that she would do. to prepare. Let's see. It's mostly reaction type stuff. Well, one thing that Jeidobii promised was that the next chance they get, she could try and call her grandmother on the ring. But there's obviously a now different pressing situation of we're trapped out here. So she would, of course, want to give precedence to calling other people who might be able to help them.
I hate how it keeps getting pushed back, but for good reason. But it's just like, damn it.
I mean, she's also curious. Well, okay. Well, let's just RP this bit.
Okay.
Jeidobii,
Yes.
we should try and call the people, for help in the city. But I was just wondering, what would happen? Maybe you don't know, but what would happen if you tried to call somebody who was dead with the ring? Like, would it use a charge if they weren't able to answer? Or would it just be a total waste?
I would assume through most magics that it would still take the power because the magic went out to reach said person, and though they didn't find the said person, the magic was still spent. But who do you think would? Who are you thinking about right now?
I mean, I don't know if my grandmother's alive.
Let's not. We should try anyway, because you know what? She may be somewhere just waiting for you or looking for you. So I think it's worth a try. Remember, we have 3 calls on this ring.
Right. We should call other people first, though.
You know, I think we have a little bit of time. I'm going to take off the ring. I'm going to give it to Cerise, because I would try to call, but I don't know her grandma like she does, so I'm going to give it to Cerise. And I also don't know the person who lives in the city in this ward that she does, so I'm going to give it to her to do it.
Okay. So what is the pronunciation of his name? Dokato? Dokato?
Yes, Dokato.
Yeah, Darkoto.
Dokato. Okay, I'm gonna try calling Dokato first.
Okay.
With a ring of conference. How long does this hut last, by the way?
24 hours.
Okay, that's good. We got plenty of time then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so she calls this water genasi to mind. I think she's probably met him once, but she has been questing all over. Okay. So, yeah. Hello? Can you hear me?
Who is this?
This is Cerise of the R2. I'm here with the Bringers of Light, and we are trying to find the water power gem, but we got a little lost plane shifting, and now we're in the, what was it? The Cove of...
Shipwreck.
There's a Shipwreck Cove, and we just would like to get to the city.
Hi, Dokato.
This is Jeidobii.
Yes. It's nice to meet you in a way.
Why are you there if you have not met with me yet?
Well, we got a little lost. We just arrived here last night, and well, we just need a little bit of guidance. We tried to teleport to you, but it didn't quite work out.
Well, when you arrive here, we can go ahead and complete your quest. What help do you need?
Well, arriving there, that's help we need.
That is part of his journey, unfortunately.
Oh, that's different.
Is it? You've had to find every location up until this point, have you not?
Well, usually it's normally like you get to the town, and then from the town you venture
Is that
to
what
the
you
place.
did? I don't believe you've done that at any location you've been to. You've traveled to each town that you've gone to. The earth, the air, and the fae, I believe.
Well, I guess you're right.
Of course I'm right.
Wait, okay. What's the vibe I'm getting off of this guy? He seems really snobby. I don't like it.
Well, you know, an insight check.
Ooh. So let's see. So that's gonna be 37 insight.
37.
37.
He sounds a little disappointed.
Awkward.
Well, I mean, but what kind of person does he sound like? Kind of. Does he sound like naturally snobby? Like, what's the deal?
I mean, you're definitely not getting a snobby vibe. I mean, he just kind of laying out the facts that he would assume that you would have already understood. Like, the whole part of the quest is the journey. Is getting to the location, finding, the sources and the deals, and then prepping and planning to complete the quest, completing the quest, and getting back. Like, that's all part of the quest.
Okay.
So if he helped you, then that would be, like, cheating.
Cool.
He seems like a
I apologize if that is how the trial goes, which you are right. There has been that pattern. We will find you, and so I will see you in a couple of hours.
I look forward to it. Cerise?
Very nice talking to you. Sorry to bother you.
Not to bother. Be safe.
And Cerise lets go of the call. Okay,
That was super awkward, right?
that was super awkward.
Wow.
Dang it. Okay, clearly we shouldn't have gone to the top. We need to go lower. Lower in this chain.
Who do you have in mind?
Well, there is, the person who I know best in the water ward.
Mhm.
Her name is Lexiope.
That's a beautiful name.
Isn't it? She's great. She works at the Tasty Whale Inn. And she's a siren.
A siren?
Yes. It's like a siren, but like nicer.
Okay.
We're like, we like singing and dancing. It's like we like jam together. It's great. So maybe she could give us directions.
Okay, all right. I have that down.
Man, such a stickler for rules. I'm gonna be so annoyed if he sends us back out here and he's like, because the first thing he said was like, "Wow!" It just sounded like maybe we were already like further along on the quest for a path than.
Mhm.
Well,
I don't know.
obviously they all speak. So Jeidobii did cut a corner accidentally in the Fey Ward. And
Yes.
he wasn't supposed to go to the Fey Ward until all the other main wards were done, and then he goes there to start the last one. But they got there by accident because of Torque, which is funny. So there was like, he likes to cut corners and do what he wants. Like, there's like an order to things. So he's definitely by the rules, but each one has their own personality. So yeah.
This is true. This is true.
Grumpy.
Can you please say your friend's name one more time, please?
Lexiope.
Lexiope. All right, got it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's give her a ring.
Ba-dum-bum.
Get it? Because it's a ring.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so yeah, she.
Okay. So you ring her.
Lexiope? It's Cerise.
Where are you?
Well, that's the funny thing. I'm in Shipwreck Cove, and we're terribly lost and don't know how to get back to the city. Plane shifting.
Why are you there?
Plane shifting went very badly, and I tried to then teleport after we plane shifted, and it didn't work out very well.
I don't believe you can teleport in the water, but that's not my area of expertise.
Well, you just sometimes you just try things, and it doesn't go.
Kind of
You're desperate because you're in a just inky blackness, and you don't know what else to
It's
do.
very difficult to even find you there.
I mean, do you have a way of like navigating? Like, we just don't even know which direction to head to the city.
I mean, but that's the problem is there's like 17 aboleths over there, and that's why you can't see anything. Their inky stuff is everywhere. It clouds the very water that you swim in.
Hmm.
Damn.
Well, so like on a scale, like 1 to like 10, 10 being like we're just fucked, and 1 being like it's a solvable problem. Where do you?
32.
Oh,
Ooh.
okay. So maybe we should plane shift out of here and then just try totally fresh.
I don't know. I mean, technically you're not far from the city, but
17 Apolis is a lot to get through.
I mean,
From
are you
non-
on, are you? Well, see, if you know you're there, that means you're on the bottom, correct?
That is true.
I mean, they don't
We're in a
normally
ship.
hang out on the bottom because the bigger fish tend to be up higher. How long is this call?
Did we say 10 minutes left?
Hang on.
It's a continuous conversation. What? I don't know.
Yeah.
Let me ask a favor. 1 second. So you hear her like. It seems like she's getting out of. You hear fabric moving around, and you hear a voice kind of in the distance, and you hear some.
Aren't we in her mind though?
Well, we've heard stuff over too, right? Like we heard
Yeah,
until
like it's speaking. I thought.
Fair enough. Quick question: as she's doing that, what's the vibe I'm getting off of this lady?
Concerned.
Okay.
We're at a very dangerous.
So I can't remember. I feel like that. It's a great question. I don't know if you would actually hear anything out there. Okay, it's fine. We'll go with
Oh,
it.
we've already-
I like
it's
it.
in her
I
mind.
like it. I like hearing the fabrics moving stuff. So keep going.
Yeah, but when you think about it, like, how would that even work? Because you.
But
it
it's
would
already
be,
happened.
It would
This
be,
is fantasy, Solo.
Sending is
This
in your
did it.
head, though. Anyway, got it. So she comes back and she's like, "Well, I can send Kava and some of his scouts out to try to find you. Do you know what ship you're on?"
I look around for any identifying mark.
Investigation check. So
For
just
both of us?
yeah, because it's a 30-foot diameter, right?
Mhm.
So the bubble is relatively large. So it actually, the entire back of the ship is kind of in this bubble. So you can kind of navigate the back of the ship. You can even like climb out of the ship and like look at the back of the ship if you want. Like you can actually move around quite a bit. I mean, you have to
15.
climb because you can't swim. There's no water. But
15.
15.
Mm-hmm.
17.
Are you guys just looking inside right now?
Yes.
You don't see.
Well, I can fly up, right? So
yeah,
like,
you can fly.
yeah. So I can look out.
You fly up. Star Winter is the name of the ship.
Okay, so I tell her.
Okay. Perception check for me, by the way.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, jeez. Oh, God. She did it.
18.
18. As you fly up there and you see that name that I already forgot.
Star Winter.
You see what looks to be one of those aberraths that's swimming right by you. It's kind of paying attention to the glow, and as it does, kind of it turns its head and looks. You watch as these giant jaws come in and just crunch that aberrath, and it goes in like huge. Like aberraths are huge to begin with, so these were even bigger, where it eats it in almost one bite. And as it slams
Gigantic.
down, you see it looks like a beak with some eyes, and these giant like arms or fins that come out of this shell. And it is a dragon turtle that swims by.
Always a bigger fish.
But you do see one of those as it just continues to go by. Just as a oh shit moment. But yeah, so you tell her that.
Yeah. So turns out there's also dragon turtles, and the ship we're on is Starwinter, so...
Of course there's dragon turtles. They love those disgusting aberrants. Stop. What was it?
I was just saying, oh my gosh.
What was the name
See, the
of the ship?
police also... Oh, Starwinter.
Starwinter. You're actually not that far. He says you're maybe like 20 miles from the city.
That's not too bad.
No, it's not actually. So he's gonna be on his way with his scouts.
I mean, I don't want them to risk their lives.
Are you gonna wait there?
If that's the best way.
Okay.
Maybe once we are out of the... Oh, hi, by the way. It's nice to meet you.
Oh, this is Jeidobii.
Hello.
Hi. Maybe if we leave the ink first...
Well, if you're in the Starwinter, he knows where you are.
Uh-huh.
Right. And we don't know which direction is which right now,
Well,
so we...
technically the Starwinter is pointing towards the city, so it's actually relatively one direction. But
Okay.
yes, I mean, in theory, they could swim right by you if you're 30 feet away, not see you.
Right.
Maybe we should make our way out of the ink cloud first, and then get the guidance.
I don't know. Do you?
Okay, this is what we're gonna do.
Mhm.
I'm gonna find us the way out of the ink cloud, because I do not want your friends to be harmed for our trial.
Mhm.
Once we're out of the ink cloud, they can meet us there, and then they could guide us back to the city.
How would they find you?
Right.
We would be out of the ink cloud.
Yes, but visibility. The ink cloud is the entire cove, John. It goes for miles.
I see. I understand. Maybe it's best for us just to get there ourselves. I have a way to get there. I don't want to risk anyone's life.
Well, they've already left, so if you have a way to get here, hopefully they'll find you, assist, or no. That's what they do. They're scouts. They go around. They've been around these waters hundreds of years.
All right. Thank you. Roughly how long do you think it would take them to get to us?
Well, I mean, I'm sure they swim much faster than you. An hour, maybe? 2?
No.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
20 miles, give or take.
I think we'll wait for them.
Yeah. I think that seems polite.
Yeah.
If they're already on their way.
We'll.
Sorry, thank you.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Tell them that they'll see within the ship, because I know it's going to be hard to find the ink, that there will be a partial glow. So look for a partial glow.
Well, child, they've already left, but
Oh, okay. Well,
I'm hoping that they will be able to assist with that.
thank you so much for your help. It was great meeting you. I can't wait to meet you in person.
You as well. Survive. We'll have a drink.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So sorry. Thank you so much.
No worries. I need to get dressed, so I will talk soon.
All right.
Okay.
Bye. Okay.
So, some time passes. Maybe an hour goes by.
Oh, but
Actually,
before
wait.
time passes,
Yeah.
there's something that we want to do.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So the second that call ends,
Mm-hmm.
well, Cerise, we have one more call on the ring. I think this is probably a good time while we're waiting for your friends.
I was thinking that too. If we don't think we should save it for anything else today.
No, it's fine.
Okay. And Cerise thinks very hard about whether or not she wants to call her grandmother or whether or not she wants to make an even riskier move and try calling some of her missing family. Because she wasn't being honest with you earlier. She was was thinking about calling. Let me see.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Your life is a lie.
I didn't even check her.
You didn't.
I didn't check
I lied
her.
more convincingly in real life than I have.
So Jeidobii will just sit there and wait for her to call her grandmother. But that's all he knows.
Yeah. Yeah, she's gonna do it. She's gonna try calling her sister.
Okay.
Kersuka. Okay, so she yeah, she thinks about her sister, who she was always told that like she was gonna grow up to look just like her. She was, 80 when she was kidnapped. She was pretty connected to earth magic. She was a lot like their mother.
Okay. So you call it.
Yeah.
What is it?
Kersuka? Are you there? It's Cerise.
You don't hear a response.
Kersuka?
Where are you?
That doesn't matter. Where are you?
I don't know.
You're alive?
Think so?
I'm gonna find you. Is anyone else with you?
Some of the other people that were in our village were attacked are here, yes.
Mom and Dad?
I haven't seen them for a little while, but they were here. It's very dark.
What's around you? Stone?
Yes, it seems like obsidian stone walls. Been here for a long time. I don't even know how long I've been here now.
Jeidobii stands up and he walks a little closer to Cerise, confused.
It's been 90 years since I've seen you. I'm 103 now.
You're getting old.
I know. I'm a grown-up now.
It's Cerise. She's calling us. You hear her talking to somebody else.
Who's that?
It's grandmother.
Grandma Vishnya? She's there?
I don't think anyone will be able to kill her.
I kind of give Cerise's arm like a gentle squeeze of,
Yeah.
Good.
And to be clear, this is the grandmother who was not in the Fae, or is this the grandmother?
Unless I'm getting things confused. Wasn't there a
Yeah, I know.
grandmother in the Fae?
So there was the grandmother who was taken the day of, and then there was the grandmother who has been living with Cerise. And the name I said was the one who was not with Cerise, but I guess.
I'm so confused. So it was the grandmother that was in the Fae, I thought.
Okay, up until recently.
Yes.
Wait,
I'm so confused.
does she know? Okay, well then that's Grandma Zelka. Anyway, my other grandma I think actually died that day, so that's fine.
Oh.
Zelka, Grandma Zelka is with you?
Yes.
Shit.
They're back. We have to be quiet. It's so loud. It's scary.
Who are?
I don't know what they are, but they screech so loud when they fly by.
Are they like bats?
I don't. Much bigger than bats.
Do I know what she's referring to? Do I know these things to be flying over Edek?
You can roll a history or nature check.
Okay.
Can I also?
Sure.
I might retire this die. I'm not liking what it just gave me.
Same either way.
I got a 14 history.
14 history.
I got a 25 nature.
With a 25 nature, she continues to kind of describe as best she can. She's trying to be very, very quiet.
Yeah.
They sound like some sort of demonic wraith or shadow creature.
Okay.
A flying shadow creature.
DM, I'm sorry. Did her sister say where they are right now?
She said they didn't know. I mean, they have to be in the shadow, right?
The room that she's in is obsidian stone walls.
Hi there, friend. Were you taken to this place, or are you holding up shelter in this place?
This is Jeidobii. He's a friend. He's gonna help us.
Hi.
We were taken to this place.
Everyone was kidnapped by Victor, well, or demons, ages ago, and I guess recently now, too. Damn it.
I see. And has he been doing anything to you, or has he just been holding you hostage?
Every once in a while, some other people come here, and sometimes they come in and grab some people, and they leave, and they never come back.
Oh no.
Just
Obsidian walls.
Sitting here.
Obsidian walls. Do you remember seeing anything on your way there by any chance?
No, they just. I woke up here. Last thing I saw before my eyes were closed was the fair in our fields.
And this was 90 years ago. Or
Well-
I
no?
don't know how long ago it was.
It was 90 years ago for me, but I don't know where they are,
I see.
how long has passed.
We will find you,
Yes, we
and,
will.
and we will get you from there. You just stay safe as long as you can, and look out for your family as much as you can. We'll find you.
Thank you.
I love you so much.
I love you as well. I'll let everyone know.
I'm coming for you.
Don't give them hope. You
Yeah.
have to be quiet now.
Okay. Goodbye.
Oh. I'm happy that they are still fighting, and I'm happy that they are with us. We will get there. Wherever they are, we will get there.
Obsidian.
Obsidian walls.
I mean, it seems like they must be in the Shadow Ward, right? It seems the most likely place.
Perhaps.
Is there anywhere in Iraq that has obsidian walls?
Not that I can remember. But there's been a lot of changes since they've been there, so I don't quite know. However, if I'm able to find talk in an unknown dimension, in countless dimensions, I'm sure I'll be able
You
to
both can make a history check.
to locate
Like,
your family.
Cerise, you probably have advantage on this.
Okay, that's a 30.
30.
Ooh! So I got a 20 total.
20 total. 30 succeeds. The DC was really high. With the descriptors that you've received, with the really strong inclination that you know what kind of creature it is, and your expectation is it is Shadow Ward. The only black castle that you know of in the Shadow Ward is Victor's.
Here's key. Yeah, okay. Oh, that's pretty much exactly what I expect. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's Victor's Keep. It makes sense. It's all black. It's probably the Shadow Ward.
Good thing that's where we're going to be going soon.
Okay, I have a crazy idea, and it's probably stupid. But let me just say it out loud while I'm
Yeah.
thinking about it. If we can get to the Verdant Plateau we get to the Shadow Ward. We want Victor to attack with his army, and then we want to go somewhere where he will come to find us.
Yes.
What if we went to the Shadow Ward, to his castle, and started destroying it while he wasn't there?
That's definitely an idea.
It's an idea. I think this is probably a very dangerous and stupid idea. I mean, because killing him in the material plane probably weakens him. Also, no one, not a single person has ever gone to face Victor and come back in the Shadow Ward, so...
Tallulah stands up at that point and looks at you. But once we kill him in the material plane, he will return to his castle and will be in a weakened state. And we will already be there.
For all we know, he could return as a fetus.
That's true.
So, and I'm guessing the majority of his armies will be wrapped up in Tydean, so it might be a clear shot. And I can bring down that keep. After we find your family, of course.
What?
Tallulah's like rubbing her head. She's trying to like jog memories and things. I mean, when you said the Verdant Plateau, I mean, what if we met him there, maybe?
Right.
Or maybe
We're
we
just...
met him at the castle. I mean, either way, we're close to the keep.
Yeah.
And in the Verdant Plateau, time is different there. The sun will be still up there when it's dark in Tydean. It's on the opposite side of the world. That could be perfect.
Right.
And we'll be right there at the gate.
I like that.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's an idea.
So, as you all are and having this conversation and kind of talking about the details, you kind of gain your posture and you look and you see about six or eight giant wolf heads at the outside of the dome.
No.
They're here.
Like looking at
Our
you.
scout friends
What?
are here.
What? Wolf
Yeah.
heads? Wolves?
These are oh god, what are they called?
Sea wolves.
Okay, yeah.
So when you take a closer look, Jeidobii, you see these wolves. The head and the torso of this creature is a wolf. It has fins. It looks like a dolphin, but it's a large creature. But the head.
Dude,
of it
you
is
seriously made my heart skip a beat when you said that. You see wolves like, what? What?
I think he was doing that on purpose.
Oh, man. So, like, I'm taking it back at first, like, oh my god.
But then you see me being like, oh, you're here, we made it, we're over here.
And I like chill out.
Is that all right?
Yeah. Is this Remus talking?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's very confused.
Yeah, they're scouts for the city of Sidore. Do I recognize any of them?
I mean, you do see one of them. So they're all kind of like grayish, and some are like bits of black. But there is one that's pure white, and you do know that to be I forget his name. Kava. Yeah, Kava.
All right, it looks like it's time to go.
Kavad, thank you so much for coming, and all the rest of you too.
Are you coming out of the bubble now?
Oh,
Yes,
well, I
I
guess
am.
I could go to the edge of the bubble. I don't know if they can. Oh, right.
It's muffled, so you'd
Right.
have to come out of the bubble.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
by the way, I just want to specify that I'm gonna still be in the bottom of the boat. I'm just gonna walk out of the bubble and make sure everyone else walks out so I can close it, because there might be some imploding, crushing happening.
Smart.
All right, so
Okay.
I'm gonna guide everyone out,
Okay.
and then I'll.
And
Oh.
these creatures are large, so you all climb on the backs of them. You walk out of the bubble, and you're imploding it. Everyone is out.
Yep, everyone.
There is a rush, and even you kind of get on the back
Whoop.
of one of these things. Like even with them swimming, like it's like they're swimming but they're not moving, as that pressure just collapses. And you actually watch as the back of that ship just crushes.
Oh shit!
Yeah, like the back of the ship is pretty jacked now.
I'm gonna make sure I get that rock before I go too. By the way.
So you all get on the back of the creature, can't really speak back to him, but you do hear him talking to you, Cerise, because you're all on different sea wolves, and you're going, so you can't hear each other. But he speaks to you, and you've seen him a few times, so you're familiar to a point. But the conversation continues, and about an hour later, as you're swimming in this motion, you've seen a few very large aberraths like swimming by, but these things move lightning fast. Like
Pass on a trace.
Sure. We'll say that you did that before you left, but
Yep.
they're moving fast. Like you have to hold on, and they're just going. So like they're probably 10 times faster than a dolphin if you want to think about how fast these things are moving, which is why they're scouts. So as you get closer to Sidore, you see a green glow emanating off of this cliff edge, and you get closer and closer, and you watch as the city is just huge, massive. Jeidobii, the first time you're seeing it, your eyes are just huge. You see all this coral reef and all this natural habitat, and there's buildings and cities and all sorts of things on the outsides. You're not quite in the city yet, but you're getting closer and closer. But as you get there, you can see the buildings inside of this bubble, and all the buildings are sideways and upside down. Like there's no top, there's no bottom. They're naturally building these homes off of the coral reef, living alongside with nature. And as you get through the bubble, you all kind of feel this wash over your face. Instantly, you still have the gills because of your spell, but you kind of gasp, and as you gasp, you hear sounds, and sounds come out of your mouth, and you go in, and they're kind of waving through. There's still water, so there's no air, there's no walking around per se in this city. You have to float and swim around, but you can hear. The second you pop in that bubble, you hear all the noise of a city, which is very strange and surreal. You're underwater, but you still hear all the bustlings of city, people like in the markets and people swimming and all sorts of creatures. You see lobster folk and mare folk and all sorts of different, mermaids and other creatures just swimming around, and almost like schools of almost like traffic patterns. It's beautiful to watch as all these different creatures and things are swimming around. And you start to get closer to the, I already forgot what it's called, the heightened spire, which is the center spire that kind of goes up in the middle of this entire space, and it's this giant, beautiful piece of coral with all this bright emanating vegetation off of it, and they bring you towards that, and that's what we're going to call it for tonight, guys.
Woo!
So as
That
you
was
enter this
excellent.
city,
Oh, man.
just hit with all this rejoice and everything else. We'll pick this up next week, hopefully with the rest of our party members. Cerise will be gone for a few weeks as well, so we're going to trade. Thank you all for sticking around for the extended version of this chapter, just because there was certain story points that Cerise needed to be here for. Super awesome time. Holy cow, I'm exhausted. It was emotional. It was a roller coaster.
Me and Cerise got close. Me and Cerise and Tor got close today.
It's bonding.
So, make sure if you're watching this stream, check us out Mondays at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, or Wednesdays for the next chapter of the Realms of Ukodor, Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time at mixer.com/Fable42. We'll see you all next week, and remember, the choice is yours.
I love it.
I'll see you Monday.
Guys.
Origins.
Bye, guys.